Or wait on one that goes.
Hello, who is ready to play a game with me and my friends?
Hello.
Did you bring your drink? This is Aspen, and this is Amy. Chaotic Beauty. Sorry.
Oh, that needs a second wave. Let me see those nails again.
They're looking good. They're still way too long, but she loves them.
I wore this shirt just for you tonight, Chaotic.
Oh,
you ready
my
for
favorite.
To get you ready for your weekend.
Are you going to go meet them?
Am I going to what?
Are you going to meet them, Aspen?
No.
I told him I requested his presence, but apparently that's just too far to go for me.
No, it's not too far.
I mean, that's kind of far.
You're not coming to North Carolina, though, so if you were coming here, I would absolutely meet you. But I know you just said it.
Soon, but I don't know when.
Yeah.
Are you guys going to CrimeCon next year?
I would love to.
Yes.
I mean, I hope so.
I don't know.
So on that Crime HQ, if you get like 25 or maybe it's 35 people to sign up, then you get to go for free to
Really?
like the whole thing. Like not just like if you get like I think it's like 15, you get to go at just like the basic level. But if you get 30, I think it's 35. It's 25 or 35, then you get to go for free. So that's my goal because it's like $50 a month. Actually, I'm going to drop the link now, but I'm like promoting it. Hold on a beat.
I don't know. What are you laughing at?
The loud noise that just happened in my house.
Okay.
Oh, I need to turn my TV off. I'm sorry.
I mean, if we're being honest, I just want to go and like meet people. I don't actually care about going.
No, the panels. I do want to see the panels. It's actually the people that I think would probably get in the way, if that makes sense. I don't mean that negatively. I mean I don't mean the crowd would be. It would be like the creators that I think would get in the way, because I'm like I think everywhere I turn I'd probably be like, or like because I mean I watched a lot of like Gray and Chasing Truth's videos from CrimeCon this year, which were incredible. I'm so glad that they did those. But like, being across from the bodyguard from Jerry Springer, and like having him at CrimeCon, I was kind of like, I don't know, like to me that like took away a little bit of credibility from it, but this is coming from someone that has been in the audience of Jerry Springer. So,
Oh, you weren't on the show?
I know we weren't available. They were asking for guests for the afternoon, but we were not available.
But if me and
you could have been up there bragging about it, like Mr. Greeno, inmate Greeno.
I'm sure I can find the episode and I'm sure I can tell you the episode about it.
We have all tried to find it.
Was he actually a guest on it?
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody's been looking for it for.
It's amazing how.
But see, he would love it.
It's amazing how our lives
just love it if you found it.
Our lives just kind of like just mirror each other, Greeno and mine.
Good.
Carolinas.
Tears is determined to go. I'm determined to go too.
Yeah, no,
if me and you both go, then Aspen is doomed because he's just going to be like on cloud 9.
I'll probably be a lot like, what's her name? I really like her. And I'm just drawing the blank. They have So Mean Allegedly.
Yeah, I'm Chasing Truth.
Chasing Truth. Like when she was there, she like barely ever stayed in their booth. It was just all like meeting people.
I know.
I would totally be. I don't know though, because I get social anxiety really bad.
Yeah.
So I would probably prefer to just sit in a booth and have people come to me.
That's what I want to do. I don't want to go venture around. I
don't think I will. I don't know. Because sometimes I'll get in like really cheery moods and I'll just like surprise myself, especially when I leave like my town. When I leave here, sometimes I get really adventurous. But if there is a big crowd, I'm definitely not going to be adventurous.
Right. Yeah, because I know like the first day, like the crowds that were waiting to come in, that gave me anxiety. Like I don't want to be a part of that at all. Like the crowds of people that were just like waiting for the doors to open.
Right.
I was like, no. I was like, I need to be.
That's a big hell to the no.
Like, I need to be on like the creator side where I'm like already inside.
Yes.
Like I'd like
I
to
think that we should all go and get booths like together, like reserve them now and just like have a whole row.
Yeah.
And then we could hang out and talk. Or reserve. I think you can. Like, I mean, well, yeah, me and you could. It could be our own channels and then chaotically cold.
Right.
So
Right.
then you're going to have to do like a. Then you could be in the booth next to us, like Florida and
Florida. I can come to the U.S. though. I'm just playing.
Yeah, you think she would come?
We've talked about it. Yeah, no, I think she would like to, and I know Deb would like to probably. But
Yeah.
When it happened, it was like in May. It seemed so far away, and now like we're just a year and a month from it. So, I would love to go. So, and Orlando's not far from me. It's like 7 hours, I think.
I'm just worried it's gonna be too hot.
Well, I mean, of course, it's gonna be September.
It's gonna be hot.
I don't think we can listen to you.
Why? Because I go to very far south in August.
I keep my house a warm 68.
Me too.
Exactly.
Because I'm too cheap to go lower. Yeah. But hi, chat. We're gonna play the game soon. We're just kind of catching up. But is anybody else gonna go to CrimeCon in the chat?
I was jealous. Mel got a gift like recently that I was jealous of that I first saw at CrimeCon.
Oh, my book.
I'm jealous of it.
I know. It is.
I would never tell him.
Apparently, he does that for everyone, so I'm not special.
Well, I think he sent it to you though. That's special, and he respects you. You can tell that.
Which book?
Yeah, he's pretty cool. His little it's like a little, I don't know, 5x7 size notebook.
Yeah.
They sold him at CrimeCon, but his is like the Gray Hughes Investigates.
Mm-hmm. I'm a sucker for it.
Inside of it. Huh?
I'm a sucker for like a notebook and pens.
I know. I'm gonna have, and it comes with a pen.
I know you like back to the school section at Target for me is like.
I'm gonna have to get.
Well, what are you gonna do if we all go and we have a booth?
Him to make a sketchbook. Because I thought he said sketchbook the other day on his live, and he was like, "Oh no, I don't have a sketchbook. I meant the notebook." And I was like, "Oh," I didn't say anything, but it was like, "You're gonna have to have a sketchbook."
Just make some bootleg Gray Hughes merchandise and start selling it off your site.
Right. Absolutely. Why not?
Right.
All right. We got to get going on this game. Have you guys ever? Who has played, chat and you two? Who has played a unsolved like cold cases or any of those like where you get this?
I have.
You get one of these.
Not.
Okay. Well, here we go.
Is that the Harmony one?
Yeah.
Oh,
you played it.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
The one I bought because of the name.
Are you the one that bought it for me? No.
No, it was Ohio.
Yeah.
It was Ohio. Yeah.
Okay, well, I guess you can't play. You can be the chat's guide.
We have someone backstage.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hey.
I'm awake.
I thought I hit you up there, and I guess I didn't hit the button all the way.
No, I'm going to Orlando.
You're going to go?
Of course. I'm trying to volunteer.
I mean, you do live right there.
I do.
I've heard those volunteer positions are hard to get.
Well, not right there, but you know.
Yes, well, they have me on the list from before COVID because it was supposed to be here, and then COVID hit and they had to cancel it. They did it online.
Oh yeah.
So I'm already on the list.
Oh, well, you can just open the back door for us then.
There you go. I can go sit by you guys.
We're all gonna get banned.
Putting this in.
Oh, Mel, do you mind if I say something really quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
Right before I jumped on here, I saw that Zav Girl is live and had a title about Austin Lauer, who I've been sharing the flyer for, has been found. So I know no details. So but I did see that and just thought I would.
Oh, that's cool.
Right. Yeah, like I said, hopefully he's home safe, but I don't know. I just saw the title. And she's reputable.
Ooh. I don't know how to do this. Hold on. Okay. So it says Unsolved Clues is a game that lets you solve a fictional crime using the evidence and documentation from the cold case file. Case number. When you can prove Bones is innocent, visit this webpage to verify it. Okay. I don't. All right, hold on. I got to enter this freaking page in.
Unmute.
I thought I had it pulled up.
Hello, everybody.
It's like watching. Oh, I like. Oh my God, this is.
Amy, what are you doing over there?
Talking to someone.
I knew. I could tell by the look on your face. Something's going on over there.
They're hiding behind the screen.
I've never seen that background before, Amy. Like I was like, oh, a new part of your house.
Here, let's see I don't know how good of a view you're going to be able to get, but
What the hell is this? Add an extension. I don't even know what an extension is, but okay.
I was too lazy to go to the office. And since it was a fun night, I didn't figure there was a point in being in the serious room.
It's funny because I think that room looks fun.
I mean, it is, but I'm just usually being very serious when I'm in that room. Usually, except for late night chats. I'm still serious, just a little more fun.
Oh my gosh, this is like really annoying.
Uh-oh.
It's not letting me. Okay, no threats detected. Awesome.
So is this a game you buy on Amazon?
There.
They sell them at the store, too. I bought mine at Meijer.
And then it just like didn't load it, so I don't know. Maybe I lied. Maybe we're not going to be playing a game.
Well, we'll just play Never Have I Ever instead.
Or we could just move the party and I could go through with my other plan that I had. I already got a pre-start on it.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
What is that?
That sounds more violent than this murder mystery.
Okay, I got it.
Do you get it?
I got it. All right, here we go. Is this big enough? That'll be fine. All right.
Can you take the comment off the screen, please?
Every
You
time.
can cover my face.
I do that all the time as well.
There we go. But real quick, hey Grizz, hey Chris, Monica, Tears, just Mike, Blake. Thank you guys for being here. Grandma Sherry, that's okay. It's late. I don't have to work tomorrow, so I'm pumped.
Neither do I. I'm off tomorrow.
I love it. I try to never work. Hey Kate, I try to never work on Fridays.
Really? That would be a great day to be off. I just randomly.
I'm off on a lot of other days too. I only really work 2 days, like 3 days a week.
That's nice.
Hey Daisy. All right, here we go. So, can you prove Bones is innocent? Do you know how to prove Bones is not guilty? Prove it below to move on to the next part of the case. What two documents proved Bones did not kill Harmony? Maybe we need to open the packet first.
Right.
That might be helpful.
And I'm like, well, who's Harmony?
Okay. Can you guys see this? I guess I better go back and unshare for a second. This is a lot harder than I thought to do. This is like not very easy.
Is it like one of those games where it's like one and done, like so it's like the same result every time, or like since like Amy's played it?
I don't know,
Could
because
there be a different outcome?
yeah, I went on that thing. It said Harmony 1 and Harmony 2. So there's like two different Harmony scenarios.
My experience with Harmonies is there's usually two suspects. So happy birthday, Mike. Whoever everyone is saying happy birthday to in the chat.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Okay.
Happy birthday.
So the objective card says there's 1 of 5 suspects in the case has lied about his alibi. Your job is to find the proof. When you can prove a suspect's major lie about his alibi, visit this page to prove it. Okay. And then it came with an extra article, which obviously I don't have in the slide. I'm not happy about having to read this tiny. I mean, it's like literally so tiny.
I gave mine away, or I would pull mine out and help you, but I don't have it anymore.
All right. Well, we're gonna see if we can just like find the alibi without it for right now.
I mean, you know, it's probably all online. If you Google like whatever page that is, you know, it's probably all online. I'm sure someone has like uploaded the picture of it or something.
I love
Okay,
your
so out of all of these things, what do you guys think that we should check for the alibi part? I mean, I'm
What
going
are
to
the
go
options?
I'm saying, what are the options? We don't know the options.
Well, they're right on your screen. Oh
No, they're not. We're looking at you.
Is it on your cheek
I'd like to
and we
check
just don't see it?
Yeah. I'll check.
Well,
Yeah,
Amy's-
it's like it's on the wall back here. Can't you guys read? What's wrong with you? It's not
I'm
my
gonna have to have a
fault.
drink.
There. All right, here we go. So which one of these do you think? I mean, I feel like it's kind of a no-brainer.
I mean, I would. Ladies, do you want to say first, or because I know which one I'd pick.
Well, I kind of just want to see what these people look like.
You want to do it based on what they look like? I love that. And just be done with it. I'm going to go with it's the fiance. No. I wish it would give us like a case like review. There's,
Can
like,
we see Harmony? What does she look like?
exactly. But all I have is her photo. There she is.
That tells us enough.
It doesn't tell us anything really.
I know.
But she's really pretty. So this is what comes in the like case file. So we'll just go through case file.
Okay, so I'll say evidence report.
Inventory list. We have newspaper articles. So it says child psychologist as a psychology major at the University of Chicago. Harmony developed a keen interest in ways to help children develop those close to her. Insist that the seeds of such an interest were planted early in her childhood.
Hi,
As the
Ricky.
oldest of 4 kids, she was amazingly skilled at helping her brothers and sisters, according to the friend Jenny Rogers. Okay, so Jenny's in here. It seemed like the kind of career she was destined to have from a young age. 1995, Ashcroft, along with friend and fellow psychologist Jeffrey Breeson, found a private practice mental health clinic called Helping Hands. There she focused on assisting children who struggled with developmental needs. Oh my gosh, I'm just like adding my own words. Anybody else want to read this?
I can read it for you.
Okay, cool. Go ahead. A well-respected
member of the counseling community, Ashcroft attended and occasionally spoke at various psychology workshops and symposiums. According to colleagues, Breeson, her advice was frequently sought by those who wanted to excel. She had a magic touch with kids, and everyone wanted to know how it worked. Community work. A beloved member of the community, Ashcroft was well known for her willingness to lend a hand to those in need. She was a frequent organizer of charity events, such as the annual Helping Hands softball game, and in 1997 formed the Coalition, it just blurred, Coalition for Children's Rights, a nonprofit organization focused on helping disadvantaged youth within Riverdale throughout Wilson County. Police confirmed that they are questioning and investigating several persons of interest, but have not released the names of suspects or individuals under arrest. Detective Stason is optimistic about the investigation. There's a reason we don't see many homicides here in Riverdale, because we always get our guy, always.
Okay. Yes, I do need to read this. So they convicted this guy. Of course, he's at the bottom because it didn't give me any way to put in these people. They convicted him. McBride cleared of all charges in the 1998 Riverdale murders. Thanks to a newly reopened case, local man William Bones McBride has been fully cleared of all charges in the decades-old homicide and revered child psychologist Harmony Ashcroft. After years of incarceration at Indiana's maximum security state prison, McBride has been released with no charges remaining to face. Police Chief James Vigg has made it clear that McBride is now a private citizen who is free to go about his business. He adds, "It is deeply unfortunate that this mistake has been made. It is never easy to pick up your life after losing so many years to a horrible error in justice system, but we sincerely hope Mr. McBride is able to do so." From the moment he was arrested and charged with Ashcroft's death, McBride has insisted upon his innocence, claiming to have no idea how the victim's engagement ring came into his possession. But an independent investigator brought new evidence to police to free McBride. The Dale Bridge was closed the night of the murder from 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. And since Mr. McBride did not have access to a vehicle, he could not have left Rambo's Bar at 9 p.m., walked to Tully's to commit the murder at 9:30, and walk back to Grant Park by 10 p.m. So I have a feeling that that's going to be important.
So we have a bridge, Indiana.
Yeah. We just keep them all here. The smoking gun evidence was a newspaper article confirming the time and the date of the bridge closure found on the back of an article about the murder published in this paper on May 9th of 1998. Well, it's not this paper. Guess we'll come across that. After spending years in prison, McBride is eager to start his new life. We just really don't care about you, fake McBride. So according to Big, they're opening the case, and I'm confident we'll find the murderer this time. Oh, Wow, what a relief for poor Mr. McBride.
One missing piece, I'm sure.
Right. Okay, so there's the engagement ring. Till death do we part. I mean,
Ooh.
really?
Whoa.
And what year was this? I can't get the cut.
I mean, I can't judge on that. I want a neon sign that hangs above my bed that says "till death." So
I was just
saying.
I was judging on the shape and the cut.
All right, chat. Where should we go?
Well, I mean, who are these kids?
We don't know yet. We'll have to go back to them when we get their
No.
names. I think this. No, did he come up? I think so. Officer Kent
I bet he's
Grayson.
going to.
Well, hello, Mr.
Jenny
Grayson.
Rogers
There's
was
the
in the
friend.
article.
We know about her.
Friend, you know, they're always the number 2 sus.
I bet she was there that night.
This is Tully's restaurant,
Right.
so that was mentioned.
But not Rambo's.
And then just like behind here. And her body was found apparently like this. Oh, I guess I could put it on this. That's kind of small, isn't it? There.
9:48. At 9:48 p.m.
So the killer took her ring.
May 8th, 1998, 9:48.
She's dressed warm for Indiana in May.
A lot of 8s there.
And the bridge was closed. When? Anybody
10
remember?
p.m. I thought they said.
So it came with this. It's like a magnifier glass thing to like rule out fingerprints. And then I need to go the other direction.
Do we have any witness statements written by themselves that refer to themselves in the third person?
I sure hope so. That would make my night. So this is just all that came in the kit. Brody read that. So custody. I mean, not really thinking that this is going to be important right now. Anybody else disagree? Savannah's
William Bones McBride, where did he get that nickname, Bones?
I don't know, but I love it. Maybe he's really skinny.
That
Right.
Mel likes the nickname. I like the inscription on the ring.
It was found in William McBride's hand in Grant Park. That's where the ring was found.
What date was it found?
On May 8th, 1998 at 10:05 p.m.
So
There is a map of the
20
area.
minutes after the picture of the body?
Right. And the bridge was out.
Huh.
It's important, as could be disgruntled parent.
This is why no one should do that picture ever in an engagement, just so everyone knows.
It's
a
yeah,
bad
he's
look.
definitely a suspect. So rehearsal dinner honoring Harmony and Christian on
She was
May
killed
8th
on her
of
wedding
1998 at 8 p.m. Oh,
she was killed on her wedding night.
yeah. That's terrible.
Wow.
Yeah, she was.
It's the fiance. He's guilty.
An
Or the
hour and
best.
48 minutes after.
I say
Hosted
the
by
mother-in-law.
Ryan and Anna Peterson. Okay. Don't think we need this yet.
Wonder where Jenny was with Christian.
Don't need that yet. Did I already read this?
Oh, there's the article.
Oh, I already had it in the fall. Silly. Okay. Well, I already read that. I think. No, it's a different one.
It's different. You read the one that he was released.
Yeah.
Right.
This is arrest.
Okay.
This is arrested one.
So 24-year-old man, William Bones McBride, has been arrested for the murder of local child psychologist Harmony Ashcroft. According to law enforcement authorities, the assault took place after a demand for money and a brief struggle with the victim. It also appeared that the victim's engagement ring was taken during the course of the violent encounter.
Why wasn't she wearing her wedding dress?
Well, I think it was the rehearsal dinner.
Yeah, not the wedding.
Oh, okay.
It appeared that the assailant's motive for the attack was monetary. McBride has a long history of petty crime in Riverdale, and all our evidence indicates that he was trying to get money and valuables from the victim and struck her in the face with a blow so powerful it caved in her skull. Yikes. He was then able to easily take the victim's engagement ring from her, then flee on foot, said Police Chief Brock Einman. He adds, this is a scenario we've been seeing more and more across the country wherever you go. Of course, it's more common in large urban areas. We don't really care about these details. Like, gosh, it's so annoying. Putting him behind bars, blah, blah. About 30 minutes after the time of the murder, McBride was found in Grant Park with Harmony Ashcroft's ring in his possession. Okay, so this means that if the bridge was out, then he would have needed to... So whomever killed her would have had to have a vehicle in order to... For some reason, I guess a vehicle can go over an out bridge, but a man walking can't. Am I understanding this correctly?
The bridge was closed at 10 p.m., right?
Hi, Jimbo.
But he didn't have a vehicle, so
Right,
he wouldn't
yeah.
have been able to make it from
Right.
that. But someone in a vehicle could.
And yes.
They were found with him at 10:05.
Okay.
McBride offered no explanation for how he got the ring. After a detailed assessment of all suspects, witnesses, and evidence available, it became clear that they had identified the assailant. He was found with the victim's engagement ring in his hand 30 minutes after the murder. I mean, it's pretty obvious, said Police Chief Einman. The police chief goes on to say, as tragic as these kinds of situations are, at least identifying the assailant and seeing him brought to justice gives the family and friend. No, we don't care. Nope, don't care about any of that. Sorry.
Sounds like YouTube.
I say they escaped in a kayak.
Yeah, this is a fake crime. Like, we don't care about all of these frivolous details. That sounds terrible, doesn't it? Now that I say it out loud.
Did she have a sister acting suspicious? Okay.
Oh,
I'm kidding.
probably. So suspicious. Okay.
Maybe she had a
here's the
YouTube
map.
boyfriend.
Tully's, Rambo's Bar, and Grant Park. And then these are where the suspects' houses are.
Okay.
So we got, there's Harmony and Christian's home.
Does that say office right above the circle?
Helping Hand's office, where she worked. Derek Silver's apartment. Riverdale Marina. Admiral's house. John Riggs' house. And Ratcliffe's. Did I already say that one? All right. So we'll have to remember that.
Oh, who's he?
He's it. Like, look at those eyes.
You think?
No, I don't know.
Red hair. Because I'm thinking, like,
Okay. Here's his statement. So he has a car. Well, he has two. An Audi and a Land Rover.
They could afford a ring like that.
Melanie's, I do not need any more banana slush. It's so gross.
I like Chris's comment.
Hey, the stand.
Is this the the
Hello,
fantasy?
beholder. Hey, Lee.
Cool.
Okay. So we got an Audi and a Range
Oh,
Rover.
they can't hear me.
Okay. Does anybody want to read the witness statement?
If I could, I would.
I can.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Glad somebody in here can see that.
Harmony and I went to the parking lot to check the Land Rover for my. Wow. Okay, hold on. Harmony and I went to the parking lot to check the Land Rover for my parents' presents, but they weren't there. So I drove home to get the presents and left Harmony in the parking lot to return to the party. She was 50 feet away from the door when I left. Police apprehended me at my home when I was picking up the presents.
Ooh.
Huh.
So let's go back to this. So their house is here. Where was she found? At Rambo's bar? Like behind Rambo's bar?
In that alley, right between the two.
Right. In between here and here. But her body was found here. So if he was located at their home, then he's not the killer, correct?
But how much time was there? You said.
Oh, my Lanta.
It just said he dropped her off 50 feet from the door, away from the door.
9:30.
Yeah, 9:30. Oh, wait. Time of. I can't read that on the last part. Time of something was 9:30.
Right, because that could be significant.
So this says individuals who can confirm your whereabouts at the date and time of the incident is Jenny Rogers, the friend.
Having the affair, but
Ooh, friend.
Christian and Jenny sitting in a tree.
Okay, so he's seeming. So this is Jenny Rogers' witness statement. Harmony has been my friend since college. We have always been very close, and that's why her murder is such a devastating event in my life. All making it about you, girl. I was there on the night that Harmony and Christian first met. Harmony, oh my gosh, what a narcissist. Harmony and I were at a nightclub enjoying a rare night on the town. We were both in grad school. What? Who? No, they don't care. To get out and spend an evening, But it was a typical night at a nightclub. Guys were difficult to deal with that night. Why is she telling this story? With all the corny jokes and come-ons. Then along came Christian. He walked up to Harmony, took a seat, and smiled. After a few seconds, he said, "How do you like me so far?" Okay. We all burst out laughing. It was like he somehow knew how rough the night had been, and he was determined to rescue Harmony from it. And that's what Christian was for her, an escape from ordinary guys. He was exciting to her. And of course, he had her wrapped around his finger. The engagement party started off lots of fun until the argument.
Ooh.
They were supposed to be presents for Christian's parents, but I guess there was confusion over who had to bring them. Harmony was certain that she left them in the car, but Christian thought she left them at home. They weren't screaming, but they started getting snippy with each other in front of everybody, and it was kind of awkward. I think maybe the pressure of the wedding was getting to them. Getting married isn't easy. Christian had a look on his face that was kind of intense. His jaw was clenched and his eyes were red with anger. Ooh. They left the party together to see if the presents were in the car. You got the feeling that the argument probably continued outside as they left. When they left, you could hear a pin drop. Then her sister told a joke like, I can see Harmony inherited her memory from mom. This lightened the mood up a little, and people got back to normal until the busboy came running in saying Harmony was hurt in the parking lot, and we all rushed out at once. Did she give a time? My initial reaction was absolute shock. Harmony's brother is in med school and started trying to do CPR or something, but we could see she was already dead. I'm just still in shock. We told the police Christian killed her, but nobody actually saw that happen, so it could have been someone else. Harmony told me about a few weird guys at work, a stalker, and some deadbeat dad. You should check them out. Talk to her office manager, Cheryl. I don't even know what to think right now. So this is his interview. Detective, please state your name. Christian Corey Peterson. How did you know Harmony Ashcroft? She was my fiance. And we're supposed to get married. I know this is difficult, but can you tell me when you learned of Harmony's death? It was my house when the police came storming through the front door. There must have been 20 of them. I didn't really know what the heck was happening, to be honest. I thought it was some kind of joke until one of them tackled me and slammed my face against the floor. They thought I killed her. It wasn't me. Obviously, it wasn't me. What other leads do you have? I know 2 or 3 people you need to talk to. Let's back up a little bit to the argument. Suspect remains silent. Do I need to remind you? Yes. Harmony and I had a little disagreement over what happened to the presents for my parents. Was this a common thing, the 2 of you getting into fights? I wouldn't call it a fight. It was just a disagreement, that's all. You didn't answer my question. Was this a common thing? No, and I don't think you don't have issues with your temper. No, I don't. Have you ever hit Harmony? Never. For a guy with no anger issues, you seem pretty hot until under the collar. My fiance is dead. I was supposed to get married tomorrow, and now I'm sitting in this box with you. Why are you questioning me? We're wasting time. I cannot see this. You think I just get in an argument with her and in front of both of our families and then take her out back and kill her? So who did? Ratcliffe, the guy at the clinic. He's been stalking her. Why are you not grilling him like this? Interesting. Or maybe that psycho Navy guy who lost his kid. I don't know his name, but he blames Harmony for losing custody over his kid. He was a deadbeat, but I told her not to testify. Had you ever met either of them? No. But Harmony painted a pretty good picture for me. She talked about how the one guy was stalking her, calling the clinic, coming down, making threats, and the other guy with the son, he's a psychopath, has PTSD or something probably. I can't believe I did that. I'm sorry? I should have done more to protect her. I knew that guy was stalking her, but we just thought after a while he'll run out of energy. I should have done more. I should have never let her stay there on her own like that, especially knowing some creep was after her. I swear she was like 50 feet from the door when I left. Were there footprints? Do you know where the killer came from? How would you describe your relationship with the victim? Excuse me? Would you describe it as healthy? Were you both happy? She was everything. What I'm asking is, she was everything. So there was no abuse, no control issues. Abuse? Are you listening to me? Are you crazy? I wouldn't hurt her for anything. As for control, I just want Harmony to be Harmony. That's all. I didn't need to control her. She can't be controlled. I just wanted her to be who she was forever. I wanted us to grow old together till death do us we part. Till what? Till death do we part. It's just a stupid thing we say to each other about the wedding. But now, sobbing, that will be all, Christian. Oh, there's Bones.
Should have been named Bugs.
Poor Bones.
Bugsy. He's looking wide-eyed.
Right. But Bones should have been given another chance for that picture.
Hey, Lips.
Where did Zilla go?
Oh, she's not on here anymore?
No.
She probably going to...
We have our own missing.
Well, that's too bad. I was gonna have her read more.
She's in,
That's
I think
probably why she left.
she's in the chat.
Oh, okay.
She's not backstage, right?
Yeah, can you check Chaotic?
I'm not signed in, so I have limited options.
So he don't own a car. Okay, that's nice.
Right. Bones. We're talking about Bones. Yeah.
I was at Rambo's bar I was at Rambo's bar until right after 9 p.m. From there, I went to Grant Park to get some rest and fell asleep. The next thing I remember is being surrounded by 20 officers shining lights in my eyes. Someone put a ring in my hand while I was sleeping, or one of the police put it on me. Whoa.
I think that's probably true.
Can anybody read this?
I have horrible eyesight, and I'm on a little iPad. Can you read it, Amy?
No.
Not now.
Do you want to read it?
I heard a whisper.
What did she do? She made it smaller.
We're gonna have a guest. We're gonna have a guest reader.
The real mystery is
Okay.
who is the guest reader?
Ooh. All right,
Read
there
it.
you go.
It's gonna come back up big.
The suspect was an individual we'd had many prior encounter with. His name is Wareham McBride. He is known as Bones. McBride had been spotted many times sleeping in Grant Park or in various public places around town. His priors consisted mainly of public drinking and disturbing the peace. It was 10 o'clock when I approached the suspect with the intention of waking him up and telling him to move along. But when I saw something unusual in his hand, I immediately contacted my captain at the station. He told me to place the suspect under arrest for murder while he called for backup. We had been aware that a murder had taken place that night and that suspect was at large. By the time Mr. McBride had woken up, the backup had arrived. He seemed quite disoriented. He was then told that he was under arrest for the murder of Harmony Ashcroft. At this time, the suspect became belligerent and uncooperative. He repeatedly screamed that he was innocent and he don't know where the ring came from.
Okay. Oh my gosh. We're not going to get through this whole thing tonight. I don't have my ADHD is going to be kicking in real soon. I'm not going to be able to do it. So I think what we're going to do is just take a guess. Or do you guys want to keep playing? What does everybody say?
I mean, Amy, you know the answer, right? So.
Oh, there she is. I think I heard a ding dong.
Oh, she said she was coming back, so maybe.
Okay, so we know he didn't do it, so we don't need to read this, right?
Right. Meaning Bones, yeah. And so we know it's not Bones. We know it's not the fiance. It's
well, go. Okay, I'll give you a hint. Go look at the map again, real closely.
Could you put a circle in it and like maybe like pixelate it to the point where we can't tell what we're looking at?
I could Google Earth this and like.
They're distracting you away from something.
Yeah, the work stuff. No.
Look. No. There's something you guys didn't notice. Look towards the bottom half of the
Admiral
It's hard because I can't read it.
You don't need to read it. You need to see what they've distracted you away from noticing.
I'm going to say the Admiral's house. I don't know.
The arrows? Like what?
So she was at Rambo's bar. Her body was found
Where was
50 feet
'cause
away,
where was
but
the
it was
body?
across the river. What?
And the bridge was closed, right?
But well, the one they're talking about,
So how
the
did they?
one they're talking about,
Right.
but look further down the map.
Oh, my Lanta. I see it. You guys see it in the very right down here. There's
Mhm.
another bridge. And look who
The
is right
Wilson
there.
Bridge. So, mm-hmm.
So it's probably one of
I
these
think-
two cats.
Christian's a red herring, though.
Maybe.
I mean, because isn't the fiance just like too basic,
Cliche.
right?
No.
Like I feel like I always like to look at those details they throw in for like no other reason. They make no sense, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Is there not video
Unless they
interrogation
don't.
videos or something?
What?
Wasn't there? Is there video interrogations?
Maybe,
Oh.
but we have to get past this first question. We have to
Right.
answer. One of the 5 suspects in the case has lied about his alibi. Your job is to find the proof.
Lied about the alibi.
So Rex Ratcliffe,
Do we know who's Rex? That
that guy.
yeah, well, I mean,
Map. I'm the map. I'm the map.
Bones. I'm gonna hang out with Bones.
Hey, David. Okay, so
I feel like Christian's married again. Like,
Rex is like,
he got
or
married.
Ratcliffe's up here.
Mhm.
So let's just like, I think what someone needs to do is math. I mean,
Well, the only
what
people
time
that
was her
get-
body found? What time did he leave? What time was her body found? And what time was she found? She was found at 10:05, or the ring was found at 10:05.
Zilla wants back in.
Well,
She was-
can you let her in?
I
She was-
can't. I'm not logged in.
Oh,
So
sorry.
that picture of her body was at 9:48, I believe, and then he was found with the ring at 10:05 p.m.
Sorry.
Right, and then
You're okay.
and
I was
then
singing on the map with you.
the fiance was home from approximately 9:30 to 10, getting. So he's really the only one that's had an alibi other than Bones, right? I don't remember Jenny's alibi.
Well,
Has there been another alibi that I'm forgetting?
because
Where's
like
the-
Christian
where's
would
the
have had
other
to.
road?
He would have so he was at home at what time?
Between 9:30 and 10, right?
Well,
That's a half hour. That's plenty of time.
I don't know. Oh, so how did the
Was
cops
there,
know
is there
Parkweller
proof?
had the ring in advance? Ooh, that is a good one.
Yeah.
Who had the ring?
Savannah, that's funny. The Bones had it in Grant Park right here.
Right.
All right, who forking lied?
The sister?
Like, how do we know that his alibi was real? That he was really at his house?
We don't.
Well, because that's
just-
where the police were at.
And when they came in with 20 people,
Yeah, but how do we know he was there that whole time? Like,
we don't.
We don't. I'm still saying, I mean, the Occam's razor it's the fiance because the best friend's not on the list. So
Oh, the best friends. So what about the sister? Is she on the list?
The fiance
Mhm.
purposely left the presents at home to have an alibi away from there. And maybe he paid somebody with the ring to kill.
well, it's not him because he doesn't have an alibi.
Well, the ring has to be the ring has to be significant as far as like why, like till death do us part. So someone that didn't want them to get married. So was she having an affair? Was it someone in the family that didn't want them to get married? It sounds like there was family conflict.
So
What's that?
Andy Allen says, I was at home. I don't know what that says. Fixing the brakes on my car all evening. I went to bed around 11, but at 2, I received a phone call from Deborah Ashcroft, Harmony's mother, and she explained to me that Harmony was murdered at the party. My neighbor, Jason, can confirm that I was fixing my car when the crime happened. Okay. Well, this says Chris, not Jason.
Vague.
Okay. Living on Andy's block for a few months, so I can't say. I've gotten to know him real well, but he seems like a nice guy. The kind of neighbor you wouldn't be afraid. Anyway, he came over to borrow a tool that night right around 10 p.m. I know it was 10 because Dateline just ended. Okay, so what did he say?
That he was fixing them all evening and went to bed at 11.
I misread 11.
But at 10 p.m., he wouldn't have had time to get back to his house, right? So he didn't lie.
Okay. And she was dead by 10.
Yeah. So he didn't lie. Who we got? Derek Sivers.
He did.
I was boating with Admiral Joseph. This is suspicious.
I said boat. Kayak.
Joseph Arthurson from around 8:30 to 10:30. We were together at Ainsley Kiver all night. We saw and heard a lot of first responders activity near Tully's around 9:30, but we were unaware of what happened there until later.
Is that another bar?
So he has someone that is confirming that this is a man I've seen several times. When I was in the parking lot, it was yesterday, May 8th. Okay, so so it's basically just giving testimony that he was mad at her. Do we want to just take a guess that it's going to be the lie is going to be in, it's either going to be in these, whatever these are called, the interview, or the person of interest's statement? I mean, I feel like it was the fiance that was lying.
Are those phone logs?
Yeah, so they have his. Oh, well, maybe that would be it. Okay, what time did he say? Who was this guy? I don't even remember. Rex Ratcliffe. So he said that he was home. He got home from work around 9 p.m. and stayed in his apartment all night. But he didn't lie. And this was the time of this incident report was at 9:30.
Right. On the 8th? Because when she died, I thought later. 9:45.
5/8/1998 is what it says.
We should probably only take this amount of information, and then we should spend the next 5 years talking about it every night.
I think you're right.
Then, but not, and then we'll reveal the answer later.
Yeah, I feel like that's probably the best idea.
Really do a deep dive. That's so shady.
Okay, so see, now I've done forgot.
Well, we could always just pretend like we have the only dibs on the case.
We could do that. Although I don't know if you saw that one picture, but did you see 7 people underneath that ledge?
Did you guys see? It's an insult to my intelligence and my dignity and everything.
I know what you're gonna say.
Saying I have never spoken to him except for to get on him, and where he informed me that I did not have the 5 C's. And I was like, well, I have the 5 B's. And he was like, well, it's that Budweiser and Bud Light. I'm like, psh, I don't even drink beer. I'm a vodka girl.
I think you might qualify if it's the person I'm thinking of as the Greeno clique.
Yeah, I think Harvey Carroll is definitely. I mean, are you kidding me? He has not brought shit except for rumors and lies. And okay, yeah, he went out there to where he proceeded to.
Oh, we're talking about different people. Sorry.
That's okay.
Harvey
It all
Carroll
applies.
said that Greeno was priceless or whatever he had to say about his investigative skills and his going out to the crime scene and like taking video. Please.
Boots on the ground, I think was the
Boots
word.
on the ground. Oh my God. I'm so
I've heard those claims. I have heard those claims from a production company. What was it called?
GP Film Crew?
Greeno Productions.
Okay, this is military time, so
She wants us to
I
math
mean,
here.
he's taking incoming calls all night, and it was at Riverdale A.
Squirrel.
Oh, I have not.
Mel, Savannah wants to know if you need a drink.
I have one, but I definitely don't need a freaking banana. I don't want to talk about bananas. I'll probably never be able to eat a banana again, to be honest.
Yeah, I've not had a taste for one since your story. I want a margarita.
So his phone says he was at Riverdale.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so him. We're picking him.
Who's him?
Ratcliffe, I think.
I just don't
We're doing spectacular
I
tonight.
really don't feel like we have enough. I really don't feel like we have the information that we need to solve this case.
Oh no, but we just need to get through objective 1.
Oh, objective 1.
Just
Okay.
blame the fiance, Mel. We know you want to.
Yeah,
I totally want to.
and you know it's not him.
But it's not about blaming the fiance. It's like we have to answer which piece of evidence tells you
lying.
which one was lying.
Yes. Okay, so the fiance would be
I think the fiance was lying about
Yes.
the whole presence thing. I think it was bullshit.
Okay, but so
I think
his
so too.
it's the anomaly in the whole story.
so his person of interest thing.
Is that where he said that he went back to the house?
Okay, it wasn't Rex. He wasn't lying.
Right.
Um,
And there was the guy who got his kid taken away.
We've already been at this for an hour.
okay, so we're going with the person of interest sheet. I don't know. That doesn't really prove anything. The interview? All right, we're just going to guess. I'm sick of this.
This is literally like YouTube.
You have not selected enough documents. Okay. Meh.
Did you select the evidence folder?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Sorry, neither of those are the documents needed to free Bones.
Sorry, Bones. We'll try harder.
Yeah, we need a freaking hint. This is so out of my. I don't usually do this. One of the 2 documents you need to prove Bones is innocent is in the main article titled "Local."
The one where she's like, "We don't care about this. We don't care about that."
The main article, local child psychologist.
Those are the 2 things Gray Hughes would have been reading from top to bottom, those news articles.
Oh, I know, right? Oh, he would be
We
like
should have
turning
listened
over
to him.
in his chair right now.
I would like him to be playing this game with us. That would be interesting, actually.
Okay, so
It's the first article that we read.
Mm-hmm.
okay.
And
That picture.
Not
oh, great. There's two of them.
helping hands. There, she focused on assisting. But see, this is like ongoing investigation. Police. A comment that they are questioning and investigating several persons of interest, but have not released the name of the suspects or individuals under arrest. Detective something is optimistic about the investigation. There is a reason we don't see many homicides here in Riverdale, because we always get our guy, always. Okay, as a psychology major at the University of Chicago, Harmony developed a keen interest in ways to help children develop. Those close to her insist that the seeds of such an interest were planted early in her childhood.
That's
As
right.
the oldest of four kids, she was amazingly skilled in helping her brothers and sisters, according to friend Jenny Rogers. It seemed like the kind of career that she was destined. What are we going to find in that?
I think that was a clue. I mean, why else would they have said at a young age she was keen to that? Like, I feel like that's going to be like lead us to the next thing. But what do I know?
She was keen to what?
Like, because she said she was at a young age, she was keen to, I don't know, whatever the words were, but I feel like that was like I feel like it was significant because it didn't seem like it would matter in any other way.
Yeah, developed a keen interest in ways to help children develop.
And then what was the next line?
Those close to her insist that the seeds of such an interest were planted early in her childhood.
That line. That's right.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's definitely the family then, don't you?
But yeah, I feel like that's the significant line. Yeah.
Okay. I cannot. On a private practice, Jeffrey Breeson, called Helping Hands. There she focused on assisting children who struggled with developmental needs. A well-respected member of the counseling community, Ashcroft attended occasionally spoke at various psychology workshops and symposiums, according to College Breeson. Is Breeson on our list?
Right.
Her advice was frequently sought by those who wanted to excel. She had a magic touch with kids, and everyone wanted to know how it worked. A beloved member of the community, Ashcroft was well known for. Why am I not just making this bigger? Frequent, well-known Helping Hands softball game in 1904 into Coalition for Children's Rights, a nonprofit organization focused on helping hands disadvantaged youth within Riverdale and throughout Wilsons County. Okay. I'm still struggling to see I guess we can see if there's a Breeson. I don't know. Peterson. Bones. Ratcliffe. Andy Allen.
Was he a work person?
Derek Sivers.
Mm-hmm. I would swipe right, but I would swipe right on Derek.
He's pretty hot.
left.
He just kind of looks suspicious.
I feel like he's got like a YouTube channel and he's like ex FBI profiler.
Yeah, for sure.
The guy with the longer hair, you can never trust those looking people. But
Okay, well,
fiance. You know, the funny thing is, these are all like models that like, like got a job like posing, like doing these pictures for this show or for this game. And it's cute to think Bones is like a real guy out there that's like, yeah, I did modeling for a true crime game.
Mel, weren't we supposed to be getting the chat to drink with us?
Right?
yeah, they were supposed to be.
You guys are an hour behind.
Do I need a drink? Do you need a drink? Okay, guys. Like somebody else help me out here.
I've had much to drink. How much does everyone else have to drink?
Well, I made my drink on camera and it's half gone. And it's a little on the heavy side.
Need another hint?
When you find the proof that Bones could not have been at the scene of the crime, it'll be obvious. Well, we know that. You're not looking for a small detail or inconsistency.
We're not even on to that question.
Right?
Okay, so we know that we need this article.
Mm-hmm. And then what do we have proving that Bones couldn't have been there?
That the bridge was closed starting at 10 o'clock. He was already on the other side of the bridge at 10:05. The murder was at 9:45. What am I missing? What time did it say what time he left the two bars?
Is it that in the map? Is that the two things?
On the map. Sorry.
Maybe. I don't know.
Proves Bones did not kill Harmony.
They're all guilty.
Right. It was more than one person.
Was it a group effort?
Yes.
They're all guilty?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're all guilty. Are we sure it's not? What about the evidence report? Have we clicked on that?
What?
What?
Our guest voice says his interview.
Whose interview?
Bones' interview.
Okay. No. Just keep guessing.
Nope, sorry. Guest voice.
He was on foot.
What about the phone? Did we look at the
So
phone
the
record?
other article?
Wouldn't the phone records could like disprove someone's alibi?
I mean, I think I'm going to go with the officer.
No.
Nope.
It
What
was
is the
late.
documents you need to prove Bones is innocent in the main article?
Again.
Okay. When you find the proof that Bones could not have been at the scene of the crime, it'll be obvious. You're not looking for a small detail or inconsistency. You're not looking for a small detail or inconsistency. I know, right, Savannah? I don't have the attention span for this late at night. I should have known better.
And we're all in true
I
crime.
still say it's the map.
Okay. Where's the map on here?
Right there.
Map of Riverdale.
So he was homeless.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Savannah said, just reveal it.
we don't know. Like, we have to keep guessing until we get it right. Oh, we did. She got it. Thank goodness. You proved Bones is innocent. Great work.
Oh, look, he
You
looks
can now
so
open the
good.
envelope marked bonus envelope A. I think we're going to save that for another night.
Right. It's nice to see Bones is like off to his new job.
Yeah, good for him. He's cute.
Well,
Good job, Bones.
What does that say beside the map there? The temporary road closure. What's that say?
Dale Bridge.
Both vehicle and pedestrian traffic for 1 hour on Friday night.
Oh.
Oh.
Interesting.
Those details are a lot harder when your brain's not 100%.
Yeah, I have to see all of the dates in a timeline, or I'm not going to. Like, if I was doing this by myself, I would take all of the dates and put them in a timeline next to like something. And that's the only way that I can do anything, because I just can't. I can remember a lot of stuff, but a date and time, absolutely not.
And it helps me if I write them physically all down myself, because it locks it in my memory better.
I know,
I'm
like,
really glad Bones is okay.
Just ignore
Blake goes, Amy has been saying the map was an issue for over an hour.
Yeah, but she's also done this case, so to be fair, she knows the solution.
yeah, but I'm trying to like just kind of push you on a little bit there.
Giving hints over
Right.
there.
Okay.
And I think we needed those.
Yeah, I mean, we were just straight up struggles.
I mean, so when are we doing part 2 of this case?
Well, what's hard for me is like trying to do it online, and like
Right.
it's a lot. I didn't realize it would be so difficult.
It'd be fun if it was like interactive, to where everyone like in the chat could like, you know, like put their like their like guess in too.
Well, can't they?
I'm sure that I don't know.
I mean,
I'm
they
sure.
could have.
They could. They can. They just haven't been. They just haven't been obeying.
God.
Haven't been drinking, haven't been helping.
No, I mean, they're
Bad
just
chat.
flat failing.
And now I won't be here for part 2 probably.
Oh my! You guys are
Me
gonna have to
neither.
tune in
Maybe
one.
next time we can just play Clue.
Honestly, that sounds like a better idea.
I was gonna tell you, I was like, I might steal this idea and just play Clue.
Yeah, that sounds like a way easier game to do interactively online.
Right.
Drinking clears your thoughts too. It sure does. It clears them right out of my head.
Apparently, we need to drink less or more.
Right?
Oh, yeah, she has been, but I was just like not hearing it, I guess, because she led us astray earlier. So just wasn't really trusting her. Just making shit up.
Hey, Carol.
Oh, hey, Carol. Oh, that's jealous. She just got back from the pool. Keyboard stuck. That stinks.
Right.
Oh,
Objective number 3 is convict the killer. What? Objective 3? How do we just go to that?
Did we skip 2?
right.
Yeah, we sure did. We just
It is
What are
in-
you
Now
looking
that
at?
we have Amy. Amy knows.
I don't know. I don't know where objective 1. Like, I just did objective.
See, I'm a speed reader. I have to have it like in front of me and read
Exactly.
it all.
Hi, Deb.
And then I remember dates and I remember numbers more than anything.
What's the subscription one that you can get now? Like they'll like send you a new thing in the month every month they'll send you something.
Hunt a Killer.
Yeah, has anyone done that?
I have. They're fun.
2 of them.
Is it fun?
It's not bad. I mean, if it's just you have to do it with a group of people.
Yeah.
It is definitely not fun just on your own.
I wanted to do it for family night, but we're never all at the same place at the same time on a regular schedule, so I gave up.
Well, the 2 I haven't even opened.
Okay.
I have a third one I opened.
I'd like to do a murder mystery party, but like
Good night, Savannah.
they wouldn't get into it. Then they would like mock it. And
you know what? I totally messed this up because I read bonus envelope A too early. If you read this, it says after proving Bones could not be the killer, you may open bonus envelope A. So I was like working on A when we really needed to be working on the other. See what I'm saying there?
Mel, you were bouncing all around. It's okay.
I know. I really was.
I
woke up like super early today and I needed to get some work done. And so I had to take my medication at an earlier hour. And so when it wears off, it really wears off. And then I'm just a mess.
Oh, yeah.
I think we should plan it. Like, we should all meet up and do it.
Yeah. But we should do a different one.
No, she's talking about the escape room.
Ooh, yeah.
That one's fun.
I get
I've never done one.
I get
oh my God.
Like I don't know what happens to me in those. It's like I just like lose. I can't.
Will they let us live stream it?
Would I get claustrophobic?
No, you can't take your phones in.
No, you don't really get. I didn't get claustrophobic in any of the ones I've done, but like I overthink and over everything, and to where it's usually just like the simplest answer. Like this is just the simplest answers.
But isn't the sad thing with like those rooms is like sometimes the answer is if you move a book off the bed.
Hey, Deb.
I'm kidding.
If you move a book off the bed,
I said
there's like
some
pop up on the wall.
Ridiculous like that.
Yeah, sometimes. The one we just did, it was really cool. I've done one. We did one in Vegas. We've done all of the ones in Indiana.
Really?
Well, except for like far, far away places in Indiana.
Orlando has a pretty big one. Pretty cool. They have like 4 in one building.
Ooh.
Yeah,
I think a fun murder mystery thing would be really fun. Like to do like a murder mystery at the end.
My daughters are really good at them. Yeah.
Why don't we just turn my house into an escape room for the Halloween party?
Oh my gosh, that's a great idea. That's a good one. Can we stream live? We can slim you cast.
Yes.
Just for like a little bit. Like we could do it by ourselves, and that way no one that doesn't want to be in the video.
Right. Like 5 years from now.
I literally think that's a great idea. I think that would be so fun. And we could
figure out how to make this year a little different.
Like a haunted escape room, don't you think?
With, the killer Michael Myers and all.
I mean, I've been to a lot of those, and it's basically just coming up with like different like maze or not maze. I said maze because I saw a lake say it. What do you call those? Just like riddles, like problem solving is basically all it is. It's a great way to advance your interactive communication skills because like you have to. That's what happens with the lip gloss. I've put my finger on it. Is like one person does it, and then I'm like, oh, my lips are really dry. Like they need some help. You know what I mean?
The whole thing's my fault. Like everyone they get me fun of, and the whole thing is my fault because I started it.
You do that a lot.
Don't feel bad. Everybody makes fun of me and my lip balm.
I like lip gloss.
So we just want to gossip for a little bit.
Oh, I mean,
So what's
always do
everybody
that.
working on?
Sure, I'm the only one
Hi.
to be up at 7:30.
Well, what you could go first. What do you want to gossip about? What have you been up to? What have you been doing in the true crime world?
Yeah, put me on the spot.
I'm sorry. Well, no, I mean, you've done some.
I have. I usually just keep up on the kids' stuff. I have been working on my Facebook.
Yeah, you have a page now.
Thanks to you guys, and 4 hours later. Thank you. You know,
I'm going to grab that link to that.
Yeah, definitely
that
share
was
that.
a nightmare trying to figure that
Gotcha.
out. But so yeah, it's been my Facebook. I finally got that so I can comment.
those are
when
making me
people
sneeze.
come in. So send people my way now.
I'm doing it. I'm putting this in the chat
I'm
right
trying
now.
to reply to everybody that comes in.
Trouble is to find us out.
Until those are lit.
Yeah. It's a lot of like work to run a Facebook group. I know that
It
sounds
is.
weird,
I can
but
do the
That's my
Facebook.
usual, but I haven't lit them in.
I
And
can
I
do the
can't-
Facebook during the day. Most of the time.
I
Sometimes.
just can't keep up with all of the socialing.
I'm horrible at all of it. Like if it
Are
weren't for
you?
Deb, like I owe everything to Deb when it comes to that. I mean, because Deb picks up the ball. Deb's amazing. I think everyone knows that. But like when it comes to that kind of stuff, Deb
Yeah.
is on top of it.
I feel like
And
she
I'm like-
is
and I'm
the
like,
task
what?
manager.
What? So what?
She's the task manager,
Yes.
You know, even not, but she,
the organizer.
She just is a I mean, she's a treasure, is what she is.
Oh, she's so sweet.
Yeah. And I've always said she's anyone that would be like, she's the best mod in the world. So anyone that, if you ever see Deb on your channel, Deb is the best mod you could ever have.
Oh, really? Okay.
I promise you that.
You know what I need to do is create like a Google Doc to where I can just like send out an email with all the links and stuff. And
yeah.
I have a link tree. I wish everybody would. I think that what I could do is just add all of the things to my link tree. Just like people that I'm always going to want to shout out and like drop their link. Just add them to my link tree and then they're right there. And then all you have to do is share one link and then you can get to my Facebook group. You can get to my Twitter. You can get to my YouTube, my podcast on Apple, Spotify, all that.
Yeah, that's what everyone does for OnlyFans.
Okay, well, I don't have a link for that.
Like on TikTok, they're always like, "Oh, go to my link tree," and it's usually what it is.
Oh, really?
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my!
I didn't know that.
Right.
So I've been doing some looking into like, with some help from a really good friend of signaling of like child trafficking stuff.
Oh.
And I'm a little bit worried to do just about anything now because I'm like, what if it's a signal? And I just don't know it. And I'm like sharing a cupcake and it's code for like child prostitute or something. You know what I mean?
Like the upside down, like pineapple and swing.
Yeah, it made me extremely paranoid, and I don't like it. I want it to stop.
I just found out about the pineapple. I have no idea.
I don't know about the pineapple.
I have no idea about the pineapple. You tell them about the pineapple.
I didn't know until about. Do you know about the pineapple, Amy? Amy's over the top.
My daughter informed me. Yes.
Yeah. Never had any idea in the world, and now of course, people do it. People do it innocently, and it makes me feel so bad for them. Okay, so especially in the RV world.
Yes.
Pineapples represent swinging. Upside down pineapples, especially. So, like when you see a pineapple, like hanging, like a pineapple sign outside of an RV or just outside of someone's house, like the laundry's house was, because I couldn't get it out of my head the whole time. They had that pineapple like sign outside of their front door. It's a sign that you're swingers, and if it's upside down, that means you're open for swinging.
Wow.
And
And
we're
in the
not
RV
talking
community,
kids' play sets.
I'm sorry. What did you say?
Look at Mel's
Yeah,
face.
What? Kids
Me-
play sets.
Mel's like got pineapples outside of her house, which is
I love that. I just got a pineapple candle that is literally to die for. Look at his face. I'm serious. My friend gave it to me, so that makes it worse.
Does it smell too delicious to irresist? Is it like irresistible?
No, it seriously smells like a fresh pineapple from like Maui, not like an Indiana pineapple. It smells like I'm making this way
There's a
worse.
taste for everything.
No, see, this is why like this signaling crap is not
Right.
okay.
Right. Like I realized that about the bandana thing once. Like if you're
Are
about
you
the
okay,
bandana thing?
ma'am? Yeesh.
Isn't there something about the stars
Yeah,
that people
you
put on
look
the
at
front of their
that.
houses too?
It's a sign of
There
welcome.
is. There is. I don't know what it all
If
is.
it is upside down, then it is a sign of swinging. Well, you know what? My pineapple candle is not upside down, so and neither is my friend.
I didn't realize there was a whole thing in this. I feel like like I carry a bandana in the back of my pocket. I always have because my grandpa's a farmer, and so I get it from when I was a kid. And there's a whole thing about the color of bandana you carry, and if you expose it, it like shows what you're into, like what your kink is. And I'm like you just can't do anything in the world.
I wonder how gang members feel about that.
Oh well, I mean that's a whole.
I'm just saying. I mean, they're definitely walking around with some collars hanging out of their pockets.
I mean, I thought I was JT in like 1998, and so I was walking around the mall in St. Louis with my like blue bandana tied in.
Oh my!
I was told by security that I had to like take it off because of gang activity, and I was I was like, I haven't fixed my hair. I'm not like you can escort me to the bathroom. I was like, I'm not taking my bandana off.
Oh my gosh! Did you get arrested for that? Is that what you just said?
No, I did not get arrested for it. They escorted me to the bathroom and they allowed me to fix my hair and take my bandana off, which in retrospect, I'm like, yeah, that was probably some white privilege that I was unaware of at the time, but
yeah. Well, you know what?
Yeah.
I dropped the StreamYard link if anyone wants to come up and chat with us. Deb, anybody's welcome except for somebody that doesn't have their clothes on. That's not appropriate, and that's
or anyone that's on my shit list, because we're not doing that over here.
You have to show your face. You don't have to show your face on the live, but you have to show your face when you're down here, and I haven't let you in yet. But then you can just take your face right down off.
I'm so tired of getting the grief from people. I'm like, I want to hear about your shit list, Amy.
I can't do that on Mill's channel.
I know.
She done went off. If you want to check that out, it's on
I gotta behave over here.
I've heard. Yeah. I feel like I've been at Target all week, so I'm like, I want to hear about other people.
You've been working on a missing persons poster, but you said that you think that it was solved.
Again, I jumped on here like as I was jumping on here, and then Chris, I believe, in your chat said that he is home.
We have to wear clothes. What the hell?
And I did speak to the mother this evening, and she did tell me there were some developments that they weren't ready to talk about yet. So I'm hoping that means good things. So that would be wonderful for Austin Lauer.
Yeah, that will be. Sorry, I was just reading comments and that was inappropriate. I didn't mean to laugh at that. But yeah, it was a really great poster. You sent it to me and that was really impressive. What do you use to create those?
That's an app that Sunny actually told me about called and it's one I'd had for a long time that I'd never used called Meme Maker. But it has really, really great free like I might pay for it, I can't remember. But it has a huge amount of fonts and options. And you just do it on your phone? I usually do it on my phone, and what I'll do typically is I will I'll then send it to myself and like on my iPad, and then I'll add the border to it because I like a black frame around a thumbnail, and then I'll put it on StreamYard just so it has like
need to get it an iPad. Yeah. I mean, it's like I can't find any apps to do it, and I don't know how to make a thumbnail anywhere but the app called Thumbnail. That's
Right.
what I use.
I'll send you that link because it does have a.
Well, I don't have an
there's
iPad though,
movie-
and this.
Well, no, it's on my phone. Like
I know, but
typing my phone.
I have an app to make thumbnails on my phone. I want one to make them on my computer, like an actual like the thumbnail, except for
Yeah,
on
use
a computer.
Canva.
I've never made one on my phone on my computer.
Canva, but you have to pay for Canva, don't you?
Well, I pay for Pro, but you don't have to upgrade to Pro.
Okay.
Yeah, but then you have to have the Canva thing on there.
And
No,
the-
thanks.
No, you don't.
You don't?
My original ones didn't. The only difference is there's some images and music you can't get if you don't have Pro.
I
might even be able to add you on mine because I have Incog on mine.
Oh, great. Whatever I did for that game has put me on Yahoo. Well,
I feel like there's so many different ways that you can find those things, like free versions of things like that anymore. That
really?
is so, like, as far as like, not necessarily video editing material, but like picture editing. Because I mean, I'll take from one app to another app. I'll take like a finished product, put it into another app, and start over. Like if I don't like some of the resolution or clarity.
Oh, this is not okay. Why can't
Carol asked, did the poster have a phone number on it?
I did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And someone on our Facebook group was like, "Can you make it shareable?" And I was like, "If I knew how to do that, I could." I'm like, "Can't you just screenshot it and then send it out?"
Does Deb run your Facebook too, or no?
Yeah, she does 90% of it. Or
Okay.
Sunny does a lot, and then Deb does 98% of the other bit, and then I do I'm the worst. But it's really just
I don't know if they do, but you do a lot of like you reach out and like try to help and advocate a lot. So
Yes.
yeah, with that.
Right. We work
Talking
really well.
to Jerry is awesome. I mean, thinks she really needs more people in her corner, and she probably will moving forward, but I'm glad that she has you, in order to help her. That was really cool that she FaceTimed you the other night, I think she just feels like super alone, like from her Facebook Live. It was just like, it was so sad. And I apologized on my other live, like, I could have done more, I live here in Indiana. I could have gone and I didn't.
No, I followed your lead and I did the same actually the next time we did a live because I was like, I'd heard about Karina's case. We covered it a couple times. We'd done some work on it. But I mean, my heart was never in it the way that it should have been.
Right.
And I never gave it the attention and I mean, I can blame it on certain other things, but I mean, I never gave it the attention it deserved. And I was wrong for that. And I apologize. I apologize to Jerry for it.
Yeah.
As well. But
yeah. And the thing is like, because I've been working on Jamie's case and I wanted to get it all organized because I've done the map like as much as you can without, I want to present like how I do every case of just like the facts and like any kind of like follow the timeline as far as like when the news articles were out and create like a timeline. And it was like, oh, wow. Like there isn't any, there's one or two articles. And then the one article is not even about just her, so there's basically like, there's the Charlie Project. There's one article and I've got to go on newspapers.com, but I'm not hopeful. It's Marion County, so all you really have is like the missing persons flyers. And then you have the family and like Donna, like she is literally just out there on her own. And it's like, her daughter is clearly not alive. Like from everything that everybody has said about her over the years and like the different podcasts that she's been on and YouTubes and Amy and everybody is she wouldn't, no matter how bad her like, substance abuse was, she would not just ghost and just drop off the face of the earth, you know?
Right.
Like, so it's like
Most people wouldn't.
they've already
regardless
said,
of
they
the
said it
situation.
was, they view it as a homicide too, correcting? Chaotic? Yeah. Can you send Aspen a link to cold cases? Because he would help a bunch. I sure will.
Yeah. Yeah, and you and I have talked about that a little bit, you know, because I am relatively new to YouTube. I'm not new to true crime. I was a podcast listener more than anything, and documentary watcher for the longest time. Like, I naively just didn't even realize that there was true crime on YouTube. Like, I kind of thought YouTube was just like where you went to learn how to do like stupid things. So it opened like a whole new world for me. Clearly, because here I am.
Yeah. Yeah, same. Like, I think it's just super cool too that, like, I mean, we can, you know, it doesn't matter where we are. We can go live together and, like, you have just like so many connections now. But as far as like the cases, it just needs to be crowdsourcing of like, you probably have a geolocation of where you're from, like another state. Sunny, Canada, you know, and then I don't know where. I think Deb's isn't she here in Indy?
She's near you. Yeah, she's there in Indiana.
So like every time you're on somewhere, so say because I have the Shannon Polk case was my first case, and that's an Alabama-based case. So I still have listeners from Alabama, you know, and like they'll show up, and so it's like every time you do, whether it's a live with another channel or you talk them into covering this case that you're passionate about, you can reach a lot more people. And once it gains momentum in this world, then sometimes major media will pick it up. And then that is what puts pressure on law enforcement.
Right.
You know, I mean, if you look back at like what I just covered on Karina McClurkin, there was a new push of articles that came out in 2021.
Yeah.
And they were so the media was putting pressure on them. And then all of a sudden they just happened to have this, but I think they had it the whole time.
Yeah. The other thing that happened was, you know, that they did appoint a new lead investigator. So if you were to look back into the case a little bit, someone did take over the case at a certain point there. And that is when kind of the whole shift of the investigation went in a different way. So,
oh man,
yeah, I think that, you know, a new set of eyes again is always helpful. But one thing I found so fascinating is like with Gabby Petito. Of course, everyone's fascinated by that case, but I think we're on the precipice of like this like new part of like, and I'm not patting anyone on the back, but like, I think because of that case, we saw what happened in a very short amount of time because of social media and because of people that were regular, everyday people that just crowdsourced and they got the word out there. They exposed, you know, the story, and within how long that body was found, you know, that's something that, you know, any other time in history that would have gone on for unsolved for years.
True story.
Was
the
best
person
case scenario, but
a data analyst by chance?
I'm sorry,
like a criminal analyst, like to where they do like they put all of the information into like a spreadsheet, because I've recently learned how to do that with the Cold Case Club on that HQ that I linked earlier. I'm about to link again, because if you join, it's only it's like $49.99 a year. And then you get access to all of this really cool stuff and like these cold case clubs and a book club. It's super fun. Plus you can watch all of the CrimeCon videos.
Right. Even the current ones?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're all on there.
There's a few of the panels that I haven't seen from this year that I would like to see still.
Yeah, it's really cool. I love it. And like I've been working, so I did kind of like on one of the cases, like they asked for volunteers that wanted to work on, you know, this particular case that is in the crime club. And I'm trying to like honor their, you know, that kind of stuff. But Yes, I did. I took notes on that. So Dr. Casey Jordan, they literally interviewed her and it was amazing. And then they also had just sitting there in the back. So you know how when there's like 4 people on here and you share screen, like how small we all are on the side of the share screen. So that's what the Zoom was. And then this lady walks into someone's like just where we're sitting, like another lady walks in and she's like sitting in the far back, like back there by Amy's door, you know? And I was like, man, her mannerism, because you couldn't really make out anything identifiable about her face, but I was like, her hair and her mannerism looks so familiar. And then when it like stopped share, it was Dr. Colleen Fitzpatrick. She was literally sitting there like listening in. It was super cool. I don't know if we're supposed to say that stuff though.
Why not?
Yours, do you know?
Oh, in the because then the group.
It's like you have to be like a member, so I probably should stop talking. I haven't told the case like what the case is, but I feel like if
you're
you
a
want
member
to be
of
a member,
Robert Lindsay's group and you're telling everyone the info. Okay.
I know. I guess I should not do that, huh? Well, I mean, there wasn't like a rule against it per se, but if you want to get more members into this Crime Con HQ, I'm telling you, it's the cold case clubs. Like everybody would eat it up. It's so interesting, and you learn so much about what it takes to really try to work on a cold case.
Yes.
I know HCC had, he's talked about Hoosier Cold Cases. Like he's talked about wanting to do something similar on YouTube, but it's difficult. And this has got a base of you're talking about some heavy hitters that are coming in, and you're getting for $50 a year, you're literally getting to listen to, some big names. Like they've had Joseph Morgan Scott. You're talking about people that everybody knows, and you're literally getting a front row seat to view all of this that you would not get if you weren't a member. So I think a little bit of, pushing on that is not going to hurt.
No, I think
that's
$50.
That's awesome.
Oh yeah, you've been doing it for a while.
I've been on 2 years now.
Yeah, and you get discount for CrimeCon, right?
Yes.
Is it a pretty good discount or because
maybe 15%, not.
Oh, well, everything helps.
But they also have the cruise that goes out of Miami.
I'm just gonna say it. I think a cruise ship full of true crime people out of the middle of the sea.
Somebody's gonna die.
It sounds like a perfect setting for something very bad to happen.
I'm so excited. I so want to go on that.
Oh, see, look.
I'm trying to get somebody to go with me.
Oh, I'm going. We're all
on the cruise.
No, on the cruise one.
I've never.
I can't.
But CrimeCon, yeah, I'm ready. I'm here. That's what's nice about it. It's in my town.
You're gonna go for sure, right? You're definitely going chaotic. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna drag you.
I know that I'm going.
See, we're going not on the cruise, but we're going to CrimeCon next year.
Are we getting a table? Because that's where I'll be.
Yes, we're gonna have to.
How much the table cost?
Yeah, we're gonna do that.
If we could just solve something, we get invited to go, like as speakers. That would be probably.
But I did want to say before I forget, because I've forgot 5 times now, to you, Aspen, and Deb too. She's in the chat. I have some of my super. I wanted to get to a certain amount of a dollar amount, and I don't want to just share small amounts. So I was just letting the account build up and keeping track of each monthly payment. And so I'm approaching the dollar amount that I wanted to get to before I made a donation of kind of how Gray Hughes Investigates does it, but not necessarily having I don't know what you would call that, not a fundraiser night. I don't want to do that, but just as people send me, super thanks or super chats, and then the money from members and the channel, I want to give a pretty good portion of that to like a charity. And I was thinking of whatever is to come for Jerry. Like
Right.
I feel like that's somewhere where my small amount would actually make a bigger difference for what they need. And I know what it's like. I know what they're about to go through, especially if they add more charges, because it's just like Nicole Bowen, you know.
Yeah.
And
I had a brief conversation with Jerry about sort of that yesterday. And you know, there wasn't a conclusive anything, but that topic has started to happen. So I'll let you know.
okay,
Like,
good.
I will inquire a little bit more. And there's some other stuff that I might I'll let you know.
Okay, good. Yeah, definitely do, because I think that would be something that myself and like my channel members would totally. I mean, I think it's the best way to like. I mean, honestly, like I don't want to talk about them all the time, but I think if that happened more often,
Right.
like then we could really make a difference in this true crime world.
I know. No, I think that's amazing. I mean, even like, I mean, it wasn't really for a charity, but I mean, we just like as a channel felt so bad because Sunny just got monetized in May, I think it was, and she's she's been eligible for a long time, but she just decided to do it, and we didn't even pick a charity, but we had just felt so bad for the hate that Kelsey had been getting, like from the Delphi case,
Right.
That we took donations and we sent her 2 different lump sums to a PayPal that she gave us just
That's
as a
awesome.
wedding gift.
That's so cool. I
And
love
we
that.
were like, don't like, it's not for your honeymoon, it's not for anything, it's just for y'all. Just do what you want with it. And of course people criticize, but whatever. We just wanted her to know that not everyone thinks that
I love it.
She's an evil, lying, person.
I literally think that there should just be like a page that the families know they can go to for encouragement instead of a forking encouraging Greeno. Like have a page where people can be like, yeah, I saw what that ass bag said on yet another YouTube live. Don't listen to them. Normal people do not think that your tiny little inconsistencies make you guilty. They actually think that because they're smart enough to realize that they actually make you look innocent because you are innocent. I mean, the stuff out there is absolutely asinine. I would just literally like to just like throw punch people at this point. I get so fed up with it. I can't take it. And I love your painting. I wanted to say that you're drawing your tree. I like that.
I'm sorry. I love that on her tree. That's beautiful.
I know that, really cool. Yeah.
What
so you got
Crime, how long have you been in true crime?
5 years.
Okay. And Amy,
I had a channel.
Okay.
But the job that I do, I work with kids with autism, and I'm a behavior analyst. And the job I do is really to be on YouTube with everything. I got doxxed at work, and they called my boss
from YouTube.
Wow. And I got I did mostly children's missing cases. Kyron Horman was one of mine. Casey Anthony, and I was here when all of that happened, and so I've been doing it a long time, but behind, pretty much behind the scenes, quieter. But I just don't want people I don't want to put my families in jeopardy at all, because it's a scary world in YouTube.
Yeah.
And so I shut my channel down.
Yeah.
And I just kind of hang out with everybody else now. But it definitely is sad that And, I let them get the best of me, but I also had to think about my job.
Right.
Yeah.
You're not the first person to tell me that. So it's interesting. Because, I mean, I only have to look out for myself, really. I mean,
Yeah.
Right.
But,
Right.
I can do my job with a felony. I don't plan on getting one, but like, I'm not going to, I'm my own boss. I'm not going to get fired.
Same.
Like, I'm not going to,
Yeah.
I'm also
like,
very
it's not
easy to
gonna affect
find.
my career.
Right.
And
I think I'm really easy to find because I own a business. So I'm like,
right.
I'm like, part of
My
my
clients know I'm
has
crazy.
to be public.
Yeah.
Like, so, yes, you're just going to have to start saving now. Tears for Justice.
Well,
because you're
here's the
going.
thing. I was going to talk about the CrimeCon. A lot of people, and it's something that you would have to plan like in the next couple of months, but you could team up with like 3 or 4 people and do a vacation rental.
An Airbnb. That's what I was
An
thinking.
Airbnb. It is so much cheaper.
Exactly.
Hey, Mel.
You have
I
a
have-
full kitchen.
Me and special voice guest have have many property options.
Oh, nice. Okay,
Are you
because
going to include us?
so like if
Well, I
we
just
get
put it
a
out
big
for
enough
publicly.
group. Oh, what did I do?
You
We
took
get
away
a
the
big enough
comment.
group, we can just rent something and save a ton by just.
Exactly.
My thing is I
I'll
know
be staying
myself.
with Deb.
I know myself, and I'm gonna have to have my own room, so I'm gonna have to pay for like extra. Yeah, I'm extra. Because I just have
Are
to
you
have
a
it my
spare
way.
room people?
Got to
Huh?
figure out how many rooms.
Well, that's what I mean. Like I would need to have my own room, solidarity. Like,
Well,
just-
my bougie butt needs a whole like room and bathroom attached.
yeah, you need like 2 stories. So there's
Yeah,
that.
you do.
I'm a big, I'm a big fan of
You
like,
have the trailer ready.
Oh.
right.
Oh, okay, good. So she's going for sure. Okay, yes. See? Yeah. Oh, but I think that was for something else.
Right.
Angel Bear, you can stay with me at my house.
Are you in
Oh,
Florida?
there you go.
I am.
She's gonna come see me and have dinner with me.
I am.
Unlike
I'm
you,
so
Aspen.
excited. We'll
Okay,
be together Saturday.
You're probably closer.
You guys
in Indiana
need to
right
just
now
like
than
go
you would
live
be in
for just
Florida.
a few, just so you like be together in the same picture.
Where I'll be in Florida, yes.
Right. Like, you literally are probably closer in Indiana than you are in Florida.
I can
don't
get to,
plan
I can
on
get to where you're
being-
at pretty quick.
I don't plan
Come on.
on. I plan on not being cohesive by the end of the night. So
So
Tonight?
you're not gonna be.
She's
You guys
bringing
are
along a
gonna have
designated
offline
driver.
fun.
I did. I have one.
Oh, you do?
I do.
Nice.
I do. I got one.
Mel, before I forget, do you
Yes.
want me to leave my Jamie file so you have like last text that was sent, last Facebook message that was sent, and all of that
Yes.
out so you can come go through it, take notes, whatever you need to do?
Yeah. When can I do that? Because I would. It's
Whenever I'll set it out tonight,
okay.
and
Well, just like when is
I'll text you the
I can be home?
kid's number.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I think that would be best. Like I don't know. I was kind of thinking about doing a 2-part and doing what I can do and then doing like a deeper dive or doing what I can do, which isn't going to take long because there's not much and it's infuriating. And then if she's willing, interview Miss Donna and then like anyone else that you can think of that I should reach out to. But I wanted to do it. You said August 1st, correct?
Yeah.
And so then I was thinking about doing it because that's like a Monday. So then maybe like whenever you get back, I can come over, we can go through the file together. And maybe that would go a little bit easier because I know it's big. But
Yeah,
I definitely think that
I
I want
have access to stuff that most people don't.
Exactly. I want to do 2 episodes and I don't want to do something that, because I don't know what's shareable and what's not, So I want to do something like I don't want to be disrespectful and share things that
So
of being ignorant to what I'm supposed to share and not share, you know?
Donna told me that she trusts me at this point to put out whatever I feel will like push someone to speak up. So
Yeah.
I'm at that point of like my next one, which I was planning on doing something when I got back anyways, of walking a real fine line.
Okay. I think
Because
so.
apparently when
that sounds like a good idea.
I mean,
Honestly,
apparently when I speak
really
out
do.
anyways, it pushes buttons. So,
But we could do a Simucast, whatever that freaking word is. What is it?
Simulacast?
Simucast. I can't. Anyways,
I
know
was
what it is.
like Simulac.
Yeah. See, where's Jimbo? Like, he breaks it down for me and like sounds it out for me.
Simultaneously.
Yes, simultaneously cast onto each of our channels.
A joint, yeah, a joint.
And then, or we could just like simultaneously whatever on our channel, but we could be in the same, like I could just be at your house.
yeah.
You know?
What was the case you're talking about?
My friend Jamie Tate.
Okay, that's right.
Oh.
I have a question for the three of you because you've been around longer than I, but you know, like something that I'm experiencing lately, especially like the more and more cases that I get involved with, you know, balancing that like relationship that you start to form with the people that are actually invested or that are involved in the families and the cases, versus like merely investigating the cases. How did you handle that like struggle of, you know, being told something but then being told not to tell it, or then and that constant like kind of like struggle of wanting to, you know, having the family be your number one your number one goal, and like protecting them and doing what they want, but then also then still being fair and balanced and following a case. Because I'm just now kind of going through
those
that
boundaries.
different case.
I think we're all going to have different answers to this.
What was yours, Crime?
You have to set boundaries with yourself. There's definitely several that I reached out to family and have had some inside information, and you just have to be very careful about how you say things. You want the truth out there, but you don't want to compromise what the family told you either. You want to respect that boundary with them. And it is, I know for me, I would type it up before I would do my cases, only because I could get talking, as you all know, and I just go blah, 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 you know?
Right.
But in my own
the
job, I
direction.
have to be very careful with that too. Because I can't go to a family member if I see something and say, yeah, no, you can't do it that way. That's not the verbiage I could use.
Right.
And it makes you present yourself more professional if you present it that way too. More professional and your verbiage that you use.
Yeah, I feel like my tendency is to go the other direction as far as is you know, ending up being a family advocate before anything else, and then, you know, you're like kind of just, you know, then you're like, are, you know, what objective point of view are you to a case when, you know, you feel connected to the family,
you feel for these families,
and then you know, then their needs are ahead of anything else, so you that's, I think, more that you know, that's hard for me.
It's like a, you know, it's like a tightrope between, you know, objectivity and bias. And like, you know, and that's the thing is like, there's like, you can really get, I think that it's just a case by case thing, a family by family thing. And you can't like pigeonhole it, the pattern that you're going to do in each one, because, you know, some families are like, you can do, you know, like, we trust you, you can say whatever. And I'm like, yeah, but not really, you know, I mean, please don't say that. Be specific. And, you know, and like knowing your role is just like super hard for me. Like, that's why I don't do as much talking to victims' families, is because I take it just to a point where it starts to be a detriment to my own like mental health.
Mhm.
And that is not something that's good for them or me. And then I just carry it, like, definitely not as much as they do. And then you see the cycle that it makes of this, like, oh my gosh, I'm such an ass because I'm literally caring about my feelings and like my mental health over them. And they've gone through so much and I haven't had my child murdered, you know, thank God.
And that's just a, you know, like, you know, that's what I find myself giving them the 100%. You know, I'm like, you've gone through hell. You know, you can say and do whatever you want. Like, I'm just this person, like, that has nothing to do with it. So I'll take whatever heat comes my way. Like, what you tell me what to put out there, you know, like,
Absolutely.
but then you're like, yeah.
No one wants to be in their position. No.
I know what position you're in, and like, I know I kind of know because I've done that before. And you just have to not care. You just have to not give your forks to what other people think. If you know that behind the scenes you're doing the right thing, like, you just can't give a fork to what Billy Bob says, you know, because he's probably just like not that smart anyway.
Right. And I don't really care what other people think. I just, you know, it's like it's like that emotional investment you make with the family. But then, you know, also I'm like, then, you know, because I know there are probably times that, not any of the cases I worked on right now, but, you know, the families lie. And then you're like, then how do you, then, you know, what happens when you end up getting duped?
Yeah.
You know, by certain people.
Yes.
So my situations are completely different because the two that I cover, one is extremely personal, one isn't. And I can very much turn off my emotions to not get attached to things.
Mm-hmm.
So like the one that isn't personal, I'm very outspoken about. But like,
I can hear. I'm just gonna.
With Jamie's, because it is very personal. Like, obviously there is some emotion there because we used to be really close.
Right.
But I'm very, and I've like tempted suspects. Like, I've put enough out there to get them talking because they know who I am. I grew up in that neighborhood.
Really?
But I've walked a very fine line to where now I'm kind of in that situation where, because I know the family and I know the suspects, or at least they know me. I know some of the suspects, and I know because I've done certain things to prove that police aren't actually working on it, I can be a lot more vocal and say things and put things out there to kind of like almost egg them on. Because I've had them like make threats and try and like figure out where I'm at. And it's only a matter of time.
The police?
No, the suspects. I mean, it's only a matter of time before they slip up. I've tried to get the police to show up at my door, and I won't say how I did it, but I did it just to prove that they weren't doing their job on that case. And I've done it more than once on her case.
Okay.
So, but I mean, there came a point where I had like tried to push that because of information I had, and it didn't work. That her mom did eventually tell the detective about me or whatever. But I mean, I don't know. It's just, I've had a really weird and complicated life where I very easily can just shut down all emotion and.
Right. And I can be like that naturally really easily, which is why it's difficult for me in this kind of instance, because these people haven't given me a reason to do that. Mm-hmm. Whereas like I can do it in my personal life, but yet somehow this still feels a little disconnected. So it's almost like I pull it in closer.
It's almost Well, and I don't mean to be that way. It's just my natural reaction.
Right.
I've done it my entire life since I was very young.
Right. I understand that.
So,
do you guys ever feel like you're, I don't know, this is a weird thing, but like I notice it in my like real life, like my everyday life. Like I tend to be, I can easily keep things, you know, close to the vest, if you will, you know, but like, and I don't talk about a lot with other people, you know, as far as like just personal stuff, but like on here, I don't know what is that about. Like I get on here and I am just vomit of the mouth, you know, just crying and sharing and like all of this stuff. But in my real life, like I mean, yes, I can get emotional over things, like, and I do, and I spend time with, you know, my friends and family and everything, and I shut everything off when like you can ask them to, like when my kids come to the room, I'm done. Like, and like I'll be muted until they have my attention, and like everything stops. Not, I mean, on lives, they know that I'm going live, but if they need me even during live, I shut it off, and that's what I do.
You don't turn and just
hard to balance, huh?
You don't just turn and scream at them to like get out of your live and then like, you know, show how
I'm not a green eye. No.
I didn't say any names.
Or, I mean, you know, the other guy.
I hold a lot back when like, and everybody on this panel knows this because at some points everybody here has told me something, and I never go and talk about those things. But if it's something that like I've been told can be out there, or they want it discussed to get other opinions or whatever, like I have no problem doing it. But if somebody comes to me and is like, you know, this has to stay here, whether it's a case, personal, whatever, like that's just how I am. I just.
Right.
Yeah.
And I find myself the same way Mel like was just saying though, as far as like I'm like, I have friends that I'm like, because I'm pretty closed off and I compartmentalize everything. So, but for some reason, like then on YouTube, I'm like,
I know.
And if I don't, like, you know, Sunny will for me. So. Which, I mean, you know, she's so great, but I'm like, I'm so like private. I'm like,
yeah, she'll just tell on you.
I told my friends
your
this.
Pictures.
Mel is my Sunny. She gets me really going sometimes.
Oh, please.
We all would be lucky to have a
You're my Sunny
in our life.
We balance each other out in a very dangerous way.
That's what I always say about Deb, Sunny, and I, is that we like get this weird trifecta of personalities that like balance each other in a weird way. But there's never conflict. It's weird. I don't know.
I mean, me and Mel are a lot alike in a lot of ways, but then there's other ways where.
Yep, I agree.
I think I hate Halloween. Complete the other one on certain things.
I don't like Halloween or decorating my house at all.
But you love coming to mine.
I absolutely love coming to yours.
I want to come to your house. For some
reason, like at your house, like I don't know what it is about the vibe there, but like I can let loose and like not be so socially. Like my
even the first time you came here. Yeah, even you were like that even the first time you were here.
I know, it was like literally instantaneously. I'm like, okay, this feels like my house. Like I can be myself, and like everybody was so cool, and like yeah, there was a lot of people there, but I didn't get. Because usually I'll just shut down and I'll just like, I have to leave and I'll just like go, like not even say, you know, and I just have to get out. Or I'll start to get angry. Like the anxiety that I get, well, if it's like a social setting, I'll just get really angry, and then I don't want to be around me. I don't want anyone else to have to experience that either, because it's not fair to anyone else, you know.
Well, now she's at the point at my house, she just walks in the door, goes straight to the kitchen and makes a drink.
See, I can see that about your house though.
Yeah.
I feel like your house just would have. I feel like you have that spirit about you, Amy. You know that you would probably just invite that like atmosphere. So, and if someone came in against that, you probably wouldn't want them there.
I'm very picky and choosy about who I invite into my area.
Your inner circle.
That too.
I think that's the thing that I love about you is like that's an oxymoron of like you are super like you love to throw parties, you love decorating, but you're not necessarily like super overly friendly or like just like out there being the life of the party outside of your own parties.
Yeah. I don't like people. I like my people.
That's
Right.
what I always, yeah. Hey, but Chaotic reached out to me like immediately, like, you were always nothing but kind to me. Like you came out of nowhere and you were like, hey, email me. And then it took me like 2 months.
Yeah, he's the worst at emailing people, but
I'm really
In crime, like you and I have been, I mean, what's it been now? We are having an anniversary soon, I think, or we just
We
had one
are?
and I missed it.
there
So
was
we
just
did,
something
like-
about Aspen that I was like, I love him.
You did. You brought joy into our lives. Thank you very much.
I want to get to know Crimezilla though, definitely. We'll have to connect on social, whatever.
Okay.
Well, how many years has it been though? Because I'm terrible with time. I feel like it's been
coming
like
up on 2 years for us.
really?
Yeah.
Wow. 2 whole
We gotta
years.
get our
No
drinks
one's
up.
like, I mean, we just have like a little group and we just talk and like
Yeah.
I've gotten really close with her and that's why it's like I'm so jealous that you guys are going to get to meet. I want to go.
So
You
what
were
do you do when
invited.
you meet? What are you gonna do? Have you talked about it?
Well, we're gonna go to dinner and then have drinks and just kind of hang out and whatever. But
Yeah.
Because wouldn't it be weird to like meet someone that really like you feel like you really really well online like this, and then you meet in person?
well,
We'll let
and it's
you
like-
know.
Not
so
cool.
me and Mel's first meeting, there was some drama with another channel and me. So I expected it to be very awkward. And I think we're the only YouTubers ever to just like meet up in person, knowing this drama is happening, and just have like a simple conversation that lasted 3 minutes and have been inseparable since.
Yep.
Oh, I love that. I
So-
feel like I would be socially really like awkward around a lot of people if I met them in person. So like I don't know. I'm like, I feel like it could be weird, but
And then the voice guest over here met me at an event when I was still working with Asshat, but also investigating him without him knowing it.
Yeah.
So
different ass hat than Sunny says, right? She has her own ass hat.
I'm assuming it's probably
That's what
different.
she calls the
As
Oh.
above, so below.
as I say, as above.
The green
so below.
round cute like pukey face thing. That's who I'm talking about.
Did you just call him cute?
No,
Okay, because I could have swear I heard you say cutie face.
no, pukey face.
Pukey face. Okay, that's better.
No, the green circle.
Yeah, the green circle.
That might be a nickname in prison, cutie face.
If he ever gets
our
there.
Good night,
our small
Chris.
group, Mel. Good night,
Do what?
Chris.
Good night, Chris.
Our small group got me through my divorce. So
Yeah. We have. Like, you guys literally, like, I don't know what I would have done without you during the
Yeah.
Dakota Kelly thing. And
You all knew who I was
had-
before I knew who any of you were.
Yeah. Who?
All of you knew who I was, and I didn't know who any of you were.
I know,
Yep.
right?
I didn't know who you were.
have you heard that girl? No.
But like I
just
had
kidding.
2 surgeries back to back. I had like a hysterectomy and then I
Yeah.
had that kidney stone removed from my freaking back. Like
Yeah.
that surgery is rare for a reason because it is like, well,
Yeah.
for one, if they go in to dig for a big old centimeter size like stone, you can't clot a kidney. Like there is no clotting. You can't they can't if you start to bleed out, like it's just over, they have to take your kidney out. So you could lose a
Yeah.
kidney. Like that's how so they only do that surgery when it's like the only thing, like it has to be.
I never heard of it till you said it.
Yeah. Like I can't even remember the name of it, honestly.
She looked terrible. No offense,
Oh.
Mel.
Tell
I know.
tell us all about it. I'm sure.
She was miserable. But
I was,
that's
was
the
awful.
thing. You find your group and you're not all alike, but
yeah.
we-
Everybody brings something unique to the table.
everybody brings something different.
Right.
And
I got out of a 13-year long relationship last year, right at this time of year. And so, part of, I mean, I probably wouldn't be on YouTube if that hadn't happened because, I mean, when you're in a long-term relationship, like, your whole life's kind of like so I mean, like, just the fact that like I ended up like by myself a lot, like I started looking at, well, it was when the Anthony Shots information came out, and I couldn't find anything like other than like online about it, so I came to YouTube, which is how I came across true crime on YouTube and Sunny's channel. And like I started watching a few channels, and I still don't watch a lot of channels, but it's funny because I mean I spend more of my time now on YouTube and with YouTube people than anyone in my personal life. And I'm like, it's gotten me through,
honestly,
it kind of brought me back to life a little bit in a weird way. I'm like, that sounds this cheesy, whatever. But
no, but I know what you're saying because I was married 25 years and it was tough. It was tough.
You don't know you don't know who you really are anymore after you've been with someone for that long. If you are the kind of person that's
Yeah, it's definitely you have to rediscover. And I think without our group, I don't think I would have survived as well as I did. It gave me, I actually wanted to get up in the mornings. I wanted to keep going. So thank you, Mel. And all my group, you know who you are.
Right.
Yeah, I would agree with you. It's given me a purpose outside of like anything in my life has before, and
Yeah.
Well, my mom, I met my moms now, and she was saying the other day, she's like, I just love that you have something like that. And I was like, yeah. She's like, how long have you been doing this? Because when I first said I was, doing YouTube and stuff like that, I don't think my family thought I was serious.
Yeah.
But
do any of your guys' family like even watch you?
No.
I don't either.
My mom keeps saying that she wants to and she can't figure out how YouTube works.
Which
Which is a good thing because I've told her over and over again, if you figure it out, you cannot go on there telling people that I'm your daughter.
Right. And my mom keeps telling everyone that I have she's like, Adam has a true crime podcast. And and he talks about this case. And I'm like, I'm not the only person, first of all, and I'm like, she makes it sound like, like I'm breaking this case. Like, I'm like, I'm not the only person investigating this case.
If I was like, that's funny. My mom is the opposite. Like, if I was like a super sensitive person as far as getting my feelings hurt, I would be hurt by her all the time. It's like she constantly is like, oh, I saw this other true crime podcast and I was watching the show and I listened to this and like, oh my goodness, you should talk to them. You should watch this. And I was like, are you kidding me? Like, you do realize that I do this, like, right? Like, you could maybe say, oh, I watched it. She's like, no. Because I think she's afraid. Like, she knows me and she knows that, like, she's probably not going to like what she hears, like, come out of my mouth. And I'm like, Mom, no, I started saying fork now.
You do. You
know,
do that.
It's fine.
My favorite is when my mother will text me at like 6 a.m. and she'll be like, why did I get an alert that you went live at 1 a.m.? She's like, are you okay?
See, my family they will check to see like my schedule of like, and then they'll like come back to me, but they don't like actually watch. I think my daughter has with her friends, like maybe a couple times. That's literally it.
I have two questions for Aspen.
What?
I have two questions for you.
All right.
One, how far from Knoxville are you?
About 5 hours. Like 4 or 5 hours. I guess 4 hours.
Okay. Second question is, do they do any big like Halloween festival the weekend of Halloween?
In Knoxville?
No, like where you're at.
Oh, right.
I'm looking for somewhere to go the weekend of Halloween.
I mean, everything's so different with COVID because of COVID now. But I mean, no, Charlotte's an incredible city for like, especially like young, like people in their 20s. But like,
I just want all the spookiness.
Now I would go to Savannah or Charleston if I were to like pick one of those cities, like just because of the spookiness of the city themselves. I'll think about it though.
Because I know Knoxville does a big thing, but
I didn't know.
In Tennessee,
thing.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, you didn't. I'm sorry.
My bad. Sorry, sometimes that happens. In Tennessee, I went with my son to a haunted house, but it's based on a true story. And I'll find out something manor. And it really happened, but then they made this, it's like they have 10 acres and you can, it's incredible. I actually came back because at the very end you can go up this tower and you go up 30 feet.
Wow.
And then you just walk out on the plank and you fall. No straps, no nothing. It was the best thing I ever did.
Really?
And yes, I was hurting for about a year. I tore 3 of my tendons.
The water part, I think.
Yeah, I don't think that'd be good for me.
No, you don't have to do that part, but
who likes to do like dangerous stuff?
Now, Amy, have you ever been to Savannah?
I love Savannah.
Drove through, but I've never stopped. But I did tell Jason after we talked about it last time that we have to make a plan for at some point.
I don't know how their like Halloween thing is, but I mean the city itself. Like knowing you, like
I've heard the graveyards are like beautiful.
Oh well, Bonaventure, which is like the big one, like where like Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil, Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil, and all that is. It's like the most incredible cemetery I've ever been in. But that whole city, you would park your car and you would get out and be like, "Oh my god, this whole city is haunted."
Because I know,
because I know you.
I have a couple little short trips that I want to do, like starting probably the beginning of September.
Yeah.
And then I'm trying to figure out exactly where I want to go the weekend of Halloween. And then next October, not this year, but next year, I know we're doing the whole New Orleans thing. Because that's when my wedding anniversary is.
Is that Voodoo Fest?
The whole month they have stuff going on, so I'm just trying to figure out when the least busy part of October is. Because our anniversary is middle of the month. But I also have to leave room for my Halloween party.
I want to go to the tuberculosis hospital in Kentucky. You know the one I'm talking about?
That sounds terrifying.
Yeah, it's like one of the most haunted. They say it's one of the most haunted places in the country, and you can like rent it to stay the night.
Are you talking about the island?
No, it's like that
island.
Kentucky, I think somewhere, and they have the death chutes where they would drop the bodies down and like take them out.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, no thanks.
There's like a whole entire like haunted island where they were
off New York,
right? Off New York, yeah.
No.
Yeah. I'm not a huge ghost person, but I know a lot about haunted places for some reason.
Mel won't even
just
go
come
back
to my work if you really want to. You don't even have to you can just drive, a very short amount of time and just be scared half to death if you would like.
Everywhere in the Midwest is haunted.
I mean, Mel won't stay at my house. She won't go back to Fox Hollow Farms with me.
Oh, Fox! I would go there.
I would have to probably have a friend.
What am I?
What am I?
You're there with your husband.
I don't think
he has zero.
I don't think Deb would go with me either. Like I would go. If
I stay at your house, I don't think
Deb would go.
Oh,
I would be fine until I'm in a room by myself, and then I would just be in a complete panic. As soon as everybody left, I would just be like, "I hear that."
Don't sleep in my office, and you'll be fine.
I went to Alcatraz when I was young.
It's like I have to go in your office to get that file.
Alcatraz, that's an experience.
I'm not doing that. Just go ahead and tell her I'm not coming.
I'll do the risky jumping.
Yeah, me too.
Stuff like that. I need somebody to go skydiving.
I cherish my life.
I will go skydiving with you. I love skydiving. I've been
Oh,
a couple times. It's super fun.
That
and
would be
Well, I'll go
so cool.
skydiving depending on where we're at. Like I'm not going in like rural Indiana, like where like like
Ooh.
it's like the Kokomo crew, like up there being like they just
I'm not going skydiving. You're not strapping some cord to me and making me believe I'm not going to
Why?
hit the ground.
Right.
I'm
Oh,
not getting
I'll
on any
do it.
rides. They're just going to drop. Like, it's not happening.
I bungee jumped in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina once, and I was like, "What the hell was I thinking?"
I just can't tell my family I'm doing it. And I usually for my big birthdays, they know. They're like, "What are you doing for this one?"
Yeah,
'Cause
don't invite me to any of those.
What is Waverly? Which one was that one?
Oh,
That one's in Kentucky, I think.
is that
Is
the one in
it?
Kentucky?
The hospital. The
Yeah,
big.
it might be.
Isn't it a psychiatric hospital?
Yeah, but it was originally a tuberculosis hospital that they like turned into a psych hospital, I believe. If it's what I'm thinking of, and it's really freaky.
It's huge, if I remember.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, and there were like two different like.
I want to go there just for the photos.
Yeah.
We went to St. Augustine, which is the oldest city
Mhm.
in the United
here it is.
States.
Karina's
And
been there.
we did it was over Halloween, and we did
It's
where
the
they
one that
took us-
TCR always talks about.
yes.
Isn't
and
that
so
where
we-
Clay Hughes found him?
No, he was on the
Oh.
other side.
Okay.
He was by Tampa.
Yeah, other side.
That makes
But
sense.
they had we went to a prison, and they literally put you in the cell
No.
and
See, that sounds
shut
amazing.
the door, and they shut all the lights off, so you're in there
Absolutely
herded
not.
like cattle inside this. And I was recording the whole thing. We get back to the hotel, and I started looking at some of the pictures we took, because you can see orbs and stuff at night there. And oh my gosh, there was growling on my phone. Not
No.
kidding.
I'm out.
My son's like, "That's cool, Mom." I'm like, "What the heck is on my phone?"
There
I feel
was
like I need to set up a camera in my office.
There was
Yeah.
a restaurant in a small town close to me that where all my like family lives, and one of them anyway. And they decided to turn the old jail into a restaurant, and then you could eat in like the cells and
in the
stuff.
vault.
And they're like, for one, it was like, you know how, I don't know, I guess it's a thing. I've never been to jail, but where you write your name on the jail, you know, it was like, oh my gosh, look at all of our relatives.
I was here.
It was hilarious. I mean, they never thought we would be sitting inside the jail cell, like little county jail, like eating. And so it's just like, oh, well, look who signed it here. Look who signed it over here. But it didn't last long because it was just like, it smelled like a sewer. And it's like, yeah, this isn't okay. Like to eat.
I wanted to go there, but I never made it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've never been to jail.
Yeah.
I
would live in an old jail.
I used to live in a
to
church.
work at one.
I think
That's what I
living
need.
by
in
myself
I need,
for
to,
like 5
I need to
years.
buy an old prison.
Is it
to
not? I
make
think it
into
would
my
be
house.
like it'd be super safe, like from, you know, like when the apocalypse happens here soon.
I'd have room for all of my friends.
Right. Put them all in the jail cells.
Sure.
Yeah.
You can't lock me in though.
I'll
I
give you
feel
that
like I
too,
would,
so
they
you
would
can-
literally, they would take me to the jail and then they would immediately call for transport. They would immediately call for transport to the psych hospital.
Yeah, same.
Like they would just be
no.
like, oh no, she can't be here. Like she's too
Right.
much. Because I would literally just, I don't know what would happen to me.
If I got 3 meals a day and
She'll
I
shake
would
it.
love it.
No, the next one.
I would be really worried they would not give me
You
my.
have your own room. You shut your face.
Oh, I wonder if we can find a haunted house to rent.
Yeah.
No, why? No,
Plenty of
you know
them.
where we need to go is the Amish country lodging. They
Oh.
have these tree houses that are they're on like some really good crack. Like they are so I can't even describe it. Like there's literally 4-bedroom homes 80 to 90 feet up in the air and just like sitting in the trees. It's
would do
spectacular.
that.
And it's like in Amish country. So there's really no people there to bother you. And you just have this huge house with all of these fancy like amenities. That word I can't say.
Definitely.
And then, you know what I mean? Like, I think it would be so fun if we all met up at something like that.
That would
I know
be
there's one in Ohio, but I'm sure there's one in Pennsylvania.
There's a
as
lake
long
in,
as it's not haunted. I'm
there's a
good
lake
with
in
that.
Illinois called Camp Crystal Lake. We could all just meet up there and go camping for the summer.
The real one is out east. I just had an email from them, and they do like tours,
Right.
and you can spend the night.
Oh, we're not going to knit. That's for sure. Hey, Gray, how are you?
I feel like
Hi,
if I
Gray.
don't build my next house and I just buy some super creepy house, Mel's never going to come visit me anymore.
Yeah, I feel like for some reason I wouldn't be scared. Well, no, I probably would. I'm afraid of anything that's you can't see. Yeah, so just anything that isn't real, I'm going to be afraid.
Isn't the stuff you
Right.
stuff that you can see scarier? Like I'm not
No.
scared of the stuff I can't see because I'm scared of the things that I can see. Like I'm scared of the idea that like there, like there's like a person could hurt me, not like that there could be a ghost in my house. Because I'm like I feel like the ghost and I are gonna get along. Like we're gonna figure it out.
No,
But like
I'm
the
the opposite.
person and I are probably not gonna have time to figure it out before they killed me.
Got it. Let Aspen sleep in the office when he visits.
I'm down with that.
Perfect, because I'm not. Big sleeping in there with big Jason. Is
It's
that his
Michael.
name?
No,
Michael.
Michael Myers.
What's the big difference? I mean, they're both terrifying.
Yeah.
one-
I don't like anything like movies like that like they jump out.
They are lovely people that were traumatized at young ages.
Yeah, just like all the serial killers that we talk about.
And if you want to be very serious about it, Michael
We're gonna
Myers.
give him a pass.
Michael Myers is nonverbal, so I don't know if we should really be judging.
That's right.
Yeah, but it is like 1:39. And we haven't really done that game at all.
We got part. We
We
realized
did part one.
We
We
realized
did
that
part
Bones-
1, yeah, but I feel like we're never gonna do part 2 or
Bones
3.
is not the killer.
So Bones
Bones
is
I
the
feel like-
killer.
I feel
And
like
my
Aspen
money
is
is
going
on-
to keep on us about doing part 2 and 3.
Who?
Really?
You're going to want us to continue this.
Hey, I'm all for playing Clue.
No, like it just really wasn't what it was like. I thought it was going to be so fun and just like everybody was going to just love it, and that's just not the case. I didn't even love it.
I think we needed a bigger panel
Right. Like
of
we should
participants.
all of the true crime. Well,
we needed Deb to take notes.
Yes.
you probably
Don't
did.
you think?
Deb probably was in the chat with notes. She probably knows the killer.
She probably does. She's probably figured it out with a little bit of information.
Gray would have had the news articles pulled up. He would have been like, "No."
I know you
right
said that
here.
earlier.
I see, because I said it earlier. I was like, "We need Gray with the news articles."
In the
That's
map.
right.
That's
We
where the answer
definitely
was.
needed a better map. Like that one was weak as hell. Like that was.
I'd already told you guys I played it, so I felt awkward saying anything.
Right.
We should send Gray the
You were
map
like, you were the
he
YouTuber
can
that knew all the answers
map
already.
it out
no matter what.
for us.
Yeah, but I don't think it's like a real place. So
Right.
I have to go. I got to be up in
You
5
do.
hours.
I'm ready to
Alright,
hit
well,
the
thank
road,
you for
and I don't think I'm
hopping
going to be
on
able to
and
sleep.
leaving. What?
I said I'm ready to hit the road, and I don't think I'm going to be able to sleep.
Is your husband asleep?
Probably not.
He is.
I was thinking you just get on the road now, but
He went to bed like right as we were going live.
Oh,
When
look,
are you
we can
hitting
do
the
it.
road?
have 2 more drinks and then wake him up and make him drive.
We attempted to play this game, and it just didn't go well.
Listen, Gray, we were
Easier
solving
to play.
crimes too.
Yeah, but just like fake ones, just like
Yeah.
a game.
What was that game called again?
Unsolved case files.
Okay.
The case, and then here's the map. Like it was just literally ridiculous. Like even for a fake game, like I feel like they should have done better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What were
No,
you
I-
drinking tonight, Mel?
Huh?
What were you drinking tonight?
Well, I'm drinking water right now, but I had vodka, my diet, like Spritey drink, and then blueberries. I went back to the normal. So yeah. So that's why we were talking about you. And then Aspen is jealous of my now I want to call it a sketch pad, and it's not. My notebook. He's jealous of my notebook.
Oh, I am. Because
So
I watched all those CrimeCon videos, and I'm a big fan of a notebook and like a nice pin set. So when I saw the Gray Hughes notebook, I was like, oh, that's
why does everybody
so
want all of us
cool.
in an escape room?
Oh my gosh.
But
I mean, no one would know what happened. We can't record, apparently.
No,
you can't. You
take
can't even take your phone in.
I'm just going to have to turn my house into one.
You have to. That's
Okay.
it's settled. We're doing it.
A group of
I'll help.
YouTubers, and we can't figure out how to get a camera in somewhere.
But see, like, yeah, because then you won't be able to play. You'll have to be the host.
Yeah, that's no fun.
I mean,
I think we could make it like a simplified version of theirs where it didn't take, like, you only have like 30 minutes, and then people could just like rotate in and out, and like a group do it together, and then the next group could do it.
What if we got to pick
You know what I mean?
YouTubers that went in together, and then we got to videotape them trying to figure it out?
Say that again.
I said, what if we got to pick certain YouTubers, and then we put them in an escape room, and we videotaped them trying to get out?
I'd love that.
I mean, are we?
They would have to work together.
But like, yeah, but like, I mean, can you imagine if like the selection of like YouTubers together, it could be like a gold mine.
It really could, because yeah,
We have someone being like,
and then like bloodshed too, because I'm pretty sure that Greeno would probably kill me.
I'm just imagining. No, I mean, I'm just like, even if we picked like current ones,
Yeah,
someone would be like,
yeah,
that book moved.
and make Greeno.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm the numbers person. I'm really good with numbers.
Carol says that they record and you can buy the recording.
Oh, did they really? I didn't know that.
I mean, they have funny recordings.
Why? We could stream the recording.
Is that a thing? Is that allowed? I don't know.
I don't know. I'd have to ask. I know there's a bunch of them around here.
Mel and Greeno.
No, never gonna happen. I would step on
still
him.
protect you.
Greeno's got to figure out how to get out of the room he's in right now before he goes into it.
Yeah, inmate Greeno is no, that's not happening. It would be apropos if it was like a jail cell, like we had to try to get out of. Like
that would be a good like endeavor for me and Mel.
Escape room.
Yeah.
I wonder if he started online dating yet.
Yeah, I definitely do. I mean, you pissed me off. Like I told him, I warned him too. I was like, if you hurt this family, I will go to level 12 psycho on you. And I did.
If there was a door locked, AG would love it too much already.
Right. I'll tell you though, like back to what you were talking about earlier, when you get like, because I have done so many episodes on Greeno, like I have a lot of different people reach out to me, you know, and they tell me things, and then like I'm not going to divulge a lot of that, you know. Some of it I ask for permission and like that they're okay with it, but they still don't want to be identified. And so it's like, you know, where do you because it's like, this is the stuff that I don't say is how I know like just how evil he really is, in my opinion.
Right.
You know, and that's the stuff that was like, I wish that everybody knew, you know, of like, and even connect like just things with other cases, a lot other, you know, and what he's done to other people, and it's crazy. It's not okay. And it's scary. And that's why it's like, man, I don't know. I bet there are others that are just literally like here lately. I have just like that freaking true crime design and misbehaved are really pissing me off. Really pissing me off.
See the blonde?
Yeah,
that,
I mean,
like,
I don't know.
really-
I don't know what she looks like, but she
Like,
is
real
very misbehaved.
Or, okay. I think I saw her one time.
Maybe Mel would be perfect to be on my upcoming late
I
night.
saw her one time on something with like I don't remember.
Aw.
You know, I'm so bad about paying attention to people.
Thanks,
True crime is
Greg.
not crazy. Aw.
Yes, you're totally right.
Oh.
Boom. Keep on trucking. Notice how with Greeno's departure, the void was filled with even crazier YouTubers. Honestly, like,
multiplied.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, they're like that
bad.
one guy that literally was like threatening to kill people.
Yeah.
And then all the stuff that's happening to the stand. And I
Who's
mean,
the
it's
Stand?
just, it's insane.
Oh yeah.
Jimbo.
I understand.
Like literally tracking people down in their real life and following them around. Like that is absolutely.
Yeah. I try not to go like talk about other people because it's like I think if the more attention you give them,
No.
they have nothing in their life. They're lonely. They have nothing going on, and so like that, the attention they get from whatever we say, is all the irrelevance they ever get in their day. So it's the most significant part of their life, and so I hate to give anything to them. But
I guess I'm about to give them a whole highlight of their life.
But I'm like, it's weird, like especially being kind of newer.
They should be ashamed, but they're not. I see what you're saying.
I mean, but I'm like, I barely have a channel. Like, I don't have that many subscribers. Like, yes, I'm on a channel that I know a lot of people can find controversial, but I am my own person, and and I stand by who I'm on the channel with. But like to be told that I should be in prison, that I should be arrested, to be called like just today, queen, queer, let's see, that I got a facelift, yellow skin, but like all by as above, so below. Mm-hmm. Who is this person? I don't I listen to this person. All I do is worry about their blood pressure, and I'm like, I don't know you. Why are you attacking me?
Right.
The problem is they're putting the information out there.
Right. Well, and I'm sorry, but like. Hate speech is hate speech. So I mean, when you attack someone's gender, age, sexuality, it's hate speech. It's hate speech.
Yeah, that's a good point.
YouTube should. That should be an immediate channel violate to the point where your channel is taken away immediately. Because if it was race, it would be taken away. Yeah. And I'm not comparing the two. I'm just saying, it's hate. And it shouldn't be tolerated.
For sure.
Right. Too much. All right, kids. I gotta go.
All right. Good night.
I gotta
go. See you soon.
It's good seeing everybody. Have a good
night.
Sorry,
I didn't a downer.
I kind of saw it, Gray. I didn't see all of it. I just know that guy in the past, I didn't watch that one, but in the past, he is unstable as all get out. And I'm kind of glad he's overseas. There's a lot of crazy people in society and a lot of really dumb ones. Yeah. Conspiratorial true crime channels. And and then it's just you can literally, they all just seem to they've all grouped together and they just attack the families. And then they have people that have been around, from the beginning. Julie. And what's her name? And they just literally come in and passive aggressively stir the pot, and they will share old screenshots that they have. I've literally just seen this recently, and it pisses me off. I was like, just stop it. She's literally an attention hog. She has no business, and she should be called out for it. And I just don't have any patience for her because I know the people that are behind the scenes, ooh, look at this, look at this, look at this. And it's simply ridiculous. And then the other person that's out front, they take the fall. like, but really it's someone in their ear. They're just easily manipulated.
Right. I mean, can you imagine if you like, okay, I know neither of you cover Delphi that much, but, and I understand why the more and more I'm in YouTube, but, can you imagine if you're like new into that case, you're just learning about it and you pull up YouTube and like the first channel that pops up is the guy from Australia that sounds like he's from South Africa or vice versa, whatever. I don't know. Or the guy that's from Canada that's like, as above, so below. And that was all you heard about that case.
Right.
It would be repulsively disgusting. I mean, I mean, the idea of being, I don't know. I can't. I'll get really upset about it. So.
Yeah.
But
it's
The
just
lollipop guild.
Say what?
Gray's next comment
about
the lollipop guild.
Oh. And the 5'5" is towering over the minute.
Oh yeah. And then even if you try to avoid these people, I don't know if you two have this issue, but like I won't watch some of these creators, but inevitably, like people will send you the videos, and they're like, "Did you see this? Watch this," or they mentioned you.
They send you all the hateful stuff.
And it's always the stuff like when they talk about you, you're like,
okay. Yeah. Like what do you guys think I should do about this identity? Like why is it that I keep getting, is it just because of Garrett Kurtz, because I covered him a long time ago? But it's like, and it's insulting. I'm sick of it. And I'm, like I said earlier, Harvey Carroll said that's what he said to me, is you lack the 5 C's. That was the extent of our interaction together, was him telling me on a live that I lacked the 5 C's, and me saying, well, it doesn't matter because I have the 5 B's. And then that was literally it. We have had he has helped me big fat 0.
Right.
So he has me confused with open secrets.
Right.
And I get so sick of being associated with her. I'm sorry. I do. I can't stand it. I don't know how to change it.
I understand clearly. Yeah.
I mean, kind of like the Greeno I can't get rid of.
True. But like everybody thinks of, like, I don't care about like what she's done. The one thing that she, obviously what she did she wouldn't give the recordings. Either she lied about it and didn't have them, or she was just like didn't take the time to do something that was really, really important.
Yeah, I can find that. So we know that she didn't. Because I know she never find out.
No, she didn't.
Okay.
And so that was like, obviously that was the final straw. But like before that, it was, oh, I'll come on your channel so that you can get clout.
But
girl, please. Like, she was not in it. Like, I don't know. It was just like, it just set me off. I was just like, what? And she kept, passive aggressively trying to get me to invite her on to my channel. This was a long time ago. And I just was like not having it. And I had some conversations with family, and they were like, but that's another situation where I did something that I was like not real keen on because of a family, a victim's family.
Right.
It was like, it's really still blowing back. Like, I get so sick of it.
Right. Well, I mean, I put out information, like I said, this week that, I was asked to put out by someone that, that I would take that request from, even though I knew and know that, it makes me look like one of those people that's like, a source told me, which, I'm like, I can't stand that. But if someone, but if it's someone that never mind. But, I was like, I'll take the heat if that's the information you'd like me to put out, and it's coming from someone that I think the information should come from.
Exactly. And that's what, that's your your thermometer, you know,
Yeah.
of like,
Yeah.
that's what you know, that's just all you can base things on is like at the end of the day, so I'm going to get a lot of comments because I say it all the time and I don't mean it in like a perverted way, but it is. It's like you only go to bed with yourself, you know, like,
Yeah, true.
you know, like, and so at the end of the day, like you're the only one that can.
Right.
And I think a lot of people,
and we're nobody. So I mean, like, if I or you were to get flagged for something, and it were to help a victim's family or someone close to a victim, I'll take it.
So, yeah.
If I know it's factual.
Yeah.
But
I think it's just like I have to hope that a lot of people are just like, their emotional intelligence is just like really low and they don't have that like self-reflection of like, oh, what did I do today? You know, like how did I impact the world around me today? And then to be able to sit back and like analyze, how are you a part of the problem? Like, are you the common denominator?
No, you've gone beyond them at this point. I think
that's the problem.
Yeah.
That's the problem with the world. You know, is good night.
Good night,
Cheers.
As long as you know what you're doing is from the right place.
I love Carol.
More of those people. I know, I do too. They are taking up space in your head and life that don't deserve. Yeah.
And I'm like jealous that Carol's like halfway through her next day and we're like sitting here 2 a.m.
See, my thing is like I'm always a person that likes to confront things. You know, and like, and that's something that I've learned from our small group that we talk is, sometimes the bluntness of like, okay, you did this and this is the way that it made me feel. And that was not okay that you did this in the way that that's not how other people do, but I can't stand to lose. It kills me to lose a friend because they didn't feel like they could just like tell me what their problem was. And so they just like won't even, you know, they're just like gone. Right. I mean, but what's the purpose? Like at least try to work things out before you do that. Right. But I've just always been one that, I mean, I have it tattooed on me for Pete's sakes. You know, you stand for something or you'll fall for anything. It's Latin. It's Obstos Visio. And literally it's like a quote that my whole life been built on a few simple like lines. And that's one of the main ones. And so it's like, no, I am going to stand up to things that I see that are not okay and try to be a voice for a reason and victims of if it be a YouTuber, then so be it. I'll do it and I'll give it my all and I'm not going to go to bed with it. I'm not going to let it fester and like everybody thinks that that's what I do with freaking Greeno. And it's really not. It's just like I've gotten to see that he's really on the same list as freaking, you know, BTK, who I can't stand. You know, like they're no different.
It takes learning, I will say, you know, I mean, like, because I'm like, what I started coming on like in January, and I mean, I learn every day about like stupid like just, you know, saying the smallest thing that you don't even think about afterwards.
Right.
Like, and next thing you know, there's a Reddit post with 75 things about it. And I'm like, what? And you have to go back and like watch it. You're like, you know, so I'm like, you know, I don't know, I'm still learning, but I try my very best to always, you know, be genuine and honest. Well, I know that I'm always genuine and honest, but I always have the best of intentions. So,
yeah. And like, that's the key to, you know, really understanding what the purpose of the bigger picture is that you're always learning. I think some people just like they don't care. Because if you want to learn about anything else and understand how it fits into anything, you have to understand yourself. You have to learn about yourself. And like people that just like refuse to do that, I just really don't understand them.
Right.
Like I haven't been able to teach myself to understand that.
and you know,
I haven't learned it.
I also try really, really hard to also be respectful. Even like, you know, when I'm listening to something that I disagree with,
Mm-hmm.
you know, as long as they're not like just outwardly, as long as they're not lying. I mean, I'll disagree openly, but I will. It's hard to like still be, you know, like respectful but disagree, especially when your face. Like I have a hard time like hiding things on my face. So if I don't like agree with what you're saying, I'm like. So I usually take myself off camera, but
I just find that like, you know, I hope that I don't ever like come off too harsh or like scare people or anything like that. But like, I just usually was like, yeah, nah, I don't really I don't really feel that way, but that's okay. You know, I'm just like, okay. That's okay. It's okay. You know, it's fine. Or unless it's not fine, but it's usually just because it's like a lie or something.
Right. Yeah. I'm like,
you know, like,
that's okay.
That's okay. You know, so don't like tell tall tales.
Right.
I don't like that.
Sunny and Deb and I talk about that all the time. You know, I mean, like, because you know, our paths are not necessarily the same. I don't have a POI. I've said from the very beginning that, I mean, one, like, I'm interested in like Delphi is where my passion lies, but I mean, I'm interested in a lot more than just Delphi as far as like victim advocacy, and you know, especially for the families. But I don't have a POI, and I don't have any interest in like forming a POI. I never have.
Yeah, I don't either.
You know, and I made that clear, and Sunny respects that, and you know, so when she talks, I think that her POI has just as much credence as a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, I don't. You know, it's just not my path.
Right.
And she respects that. So.
I mean, that's what I think is great is that you guys like do have different stances on things, but yet you're still to like a unit and you still balance each other out and like you can
and
you know, kind of go your own way and like respectfully, like she allowed me to do that when I was on her live the other day, and it was just like, I mean, she was like, yeah, I know you don't, you know, necessarily agree, but and I was like, yeah, no, I don't, but that's okay. Like, you know,
I think that's you know, I think just being able to like you look at different points of view and disagree with each other and like just
be an
listen
adult
to each other but still work, you know, is kind of like what more people should do in true crime. I've noticed that the more boys that are involved with true crime, there's a lot of egos, and like it's kind of a swinging contest.
I do agree.
A lot of ways, and it happens.
I agree.
Every couple months, it seems to like.
Yeah. I mean, freaking what's his face lately has just literally been I literally like that was so hard for me to keep my mouth shut because if it was over here, I'd have done freaking put him in this like he wouldn't because he's just so obnoxious and like Sonny finally had enough of him and was less like anyone that enters their life, they regret it, and it's so true. You know,
right. And I think I messaged you about that, Amy, as well, and asked you to, like, I think, like, because I felt horrible after that, and I know that I messaged Amy, and I think she relayed the message to you as well.
What was that
about after that happened?
Because Aspen felt bad.
Why
just about the way that went because of what was said. Like, you know, like about Anna and Derek. I mean, was it Anna? Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, it's just like, what are you doing?
Okay with that.
And he just wouldn't stop. He just doesn't have like an off switch, and it's just like he's literally reminds me of it's like propaganda, you know, right. And he's got to get it all out, and that's why I just don't believe that he is telling the truth.
Right. And Deb had it a lot worse than I ever did. So,
because the story has changed. Because I've spoken to him way far back in the past.
Well, you were on
probably like 3 years ago. I know, but this was 3 years ago, and I don't think he remembers because I didn't have a YouTube at that time. But I did give him money, and he sure enough did like I gave it to him, but once I had said like, oh yeah, I'll give you some money so you can get a ride there. Like, of course. Then it turned into this
Oh, I wonder if that sounds
nightmare of a mess. And he kept asking for money and more money and more money all day. I gave the man $70 to get to, and then come to find out they didn't even want him there. So it was just like,
yeah,
he makes
you
it sound like
hard.
they're super close. You know, they're like BFFs. And it's like, yeah, no. And then I said, no, I gave you $70. That's plenty to get you to and fro for the day and even get you a nice lunch. I'm not going to be sending you anymore. And then he starts doing this whole, well, I had to wheelchair all the way back to my home. And it's literally like, it would have taken all night long. Like, come on. You really think I believe that? And he just all of these like passive aggressive things about how I ruined his night, you know, even though I was the one that gave him the money in the first place. And I was just like, yeah, I see right through you, buddy. Now I know. Right.
Yeah, that wheelchair.
Yeah, wheelchaired all the way home. Come on. You're talking like on an old like country road. Like, no, you did not. Not that far. I mean, that's ridiculous. And so, and then because I was like, wow, that sounds terrible. That's like literally all I said. And then he got mad and he just never spoke to me again. Right. Not that I would have ever spoke to him after that. But, you know, like that. And then he started doing that the other day. And it was just like, I've had it.
Yeah, I had it the easiest out of anyone from our channel because I don't look at social media. But I know Deb with her kind heart, like she got it the worst as far as the like, you know. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's not my story to tell, but you know, just, you know, I know that, you know, like phone calls at 2 or 3 in the morning and you're like, I'm a married woman. Stop, don't call me at 2 or 3 in the morning.
He's so inappropriate.
Normal things that you would, you know, think people would know better than.
Remind me to tell you what happened. Remind me to tell you when this is not live, which we are going to go ahead and end it.
Yeah.
It's 2:08 a.m.
I know.
I mean, so you guys can keep me company for the next 6 hours.
What?
Yeah, so you can feel free to keep me company for the next 6 hours.
But
well, I'm half expecting you to like kind of get your boil, like, you know, like your boil will start, like your blood will start boiling and like you're going to go on your own channel. And
oh, you're hoping for that, aren't you?
No.
But stay on here for 1 second. I wanted to talk to you guys about something, but good night, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. And I'm sorry that the game was a big old bust. Like maybe a different time or a different game, I think is the key. Like, because that's just too much. It's too much. But I will see y'all later. I hope you have a good one.
Thank you,
everyone. Good night.